Welcome, one and all. Welcome to day 2 of the African Giants series. It's 10:05 in the Kenyan capital, Nairobi, where I am. The name is Eugene Abu Dhabi, and I will let my co-caster introduce himself from the far out west. Welcome, man.
Hey, how's it going? It's your boy Verdict. We're here for day 2 of the African Mobile Championship. And I've got to say, it's just such an honor to be able to come through and be able to cast an event that's of this caliber. I think this is the last one that we're gonna get, the African Giants, and we're about to crush it, Eugene. This will be the first time that you and I have worked together. You said it's 10:05 your time, it's 1:05 p.m. my time, and anywhere and everywhere where you're at, it is time to game, and that's exactly what we're here for, bud.
That's exactly what we're here for. As the stream title says, it's day 2. We missed day 1, but not in detail because yesterday's results started off with Ace Gaming versus Aura 233. The Ghanaian Giants got a proper beating, 3-0, followed suit by Sierra 7 completing a same holy trifecta on ex-Nonagons. I mean, KFC will be proud the way these two teams were properly cooked.
Oh, you're absolutely right. This is what you expect out of your top team. So Ace Gamers coming through, handling business. They didn't make it even relatively close in the Hardpoint. The fact that Aura 233 were able to get 100 points was impressive in its own feat. just how dominant Ace was running the map. The search and destroy, just the same. I don't quite recall the last stat line, but Ace Gamers started off strong, as you can see right there, as the feeds are coming through and the kills come through as well. A very stout start there to the search and destroy, just as well as at that hard point.
I mean, Ace completely dominant, and I mean, it wasn't even close. I was watching the hard point. That was the last thing I saw, and I was like, okay, we're just watching a funeral for about an hour and a half. Because it was straight up a funeral, because at some point, on hard point, I was begging, please, just hit 100. That was the only thing I was rooting for. At least, come on, Aura, just hit 100. And there it is. That's the ending of Control, because just straight up snipes. That was, I mean, at some point it was hard to watch. Not the Aura 233, the Ghanaian Giants I've come to know. This was a result that was hard to take, but the 3-0 was well deserved by Ace. They played their hearts out.
Oh, they did, absolutely. And they handled business in the Control. Anytime you get a double sniper set up on raid of all places there for Control, you're just commanding your opponent from beginning to end. I don't believe a round was earned out of Aura 233, but still, no. They have an opportunity to sound off as they're not eliminated from the tournament just yet. This is a double elim bracket. They'll be sent down to the lower to make sure that they can, make that lower bracket run. So obviously, they got a second chance at life. Ace Gamers obviously moving on in the 3-0 fashion. Anticipation for tonight's matches. I know Sierra 7 was one of those teams that we were looking forward to watching yesterday. I know I was. They handled business again as well for ex-Nonagon. I think the only map that was relatively close was the Control, and I'm gonna be honest with you, they could have actually taken that game.
He could have taken the Control. That was correct. Honestly, I was my predictions here, and I'm a betting man. I'm a proper betting man. I put my cojones on the table. I plop them right there, and I just make my bet.
Oh,
and
baby.
I'll bet my left nut that this was going to be close for Sierra, not a 3-0.
Yeah, I need a double and a triple down on that. So I'm right there with you. But if I'm talking about a betting man as well, I always put my marbles all in one, one in exactly one. And yesterday it was both right, Sierra 7 as well as Ace Gamers. Right now, we're taking a look at the maps and modes that are going to be brought to you tonight for our best of 5 matchup. We're going to start with Hacienda, Tunisia for game number 2, Raid for the Control, and if we get to a game 4 or 5, which based off of the rosters that we have for this Paradox team, Eugene, I don't think we're going to see it. But just for purposes of explaining it, we got a Slums Hardpoint and a Coastal to cap us off for game 4 and 5.
Oh my god, I wish you could see me right now because I'm twitching like a crackhead. I love this map choices. I hate the kind of choices where you see someone picked Kurohana on purpose, and Hacienda for Hardpoint makes so much sense. It's a bread and butter map now. It's become a competitive bread and butter map, especially for the world champs. You mentioned this is among the last events we're going to see this year on COD Mobile. Welcome to the off season. We're done with the world champs. We're here for the off season. $1,500 up for grabs, and Hacienda to kick us off. P1, very exposed by the fountain there. P2, the money hill there with the garage site. And then we go to Tunisia, the snipey badlands for S&D. all these map choices, the first two at least make so much sense for me. And we've not mentioned the teams yet that are playing today.
Absolutely.
to you.
Our first matchups of the day. It's I don't think I meant to cut you off, but we'll take a look at it. It's Paradox versus Nemesis. This is the top of the upper echelon in Africa, right? This is the former Bear Clan, if I'm not mistaken, with the exception of a few things. Can you explain to me what changed in this roster, and is it for the better?
And we've learned the news at the same time because we just walked in at the same time on the stream, and we learned that Bear Clan was acquired by Paradox, and by acquiring, it means they dumped the entire Paradox roster, which means Bear Clan converted to Paradox, and an entire the team that represented Africa on the world stage for World Champs is now Paradox. That is the news. So I mean, the entire Paradox team just scattered into the wind. I don't know. It's the moment of Avengers Infinity War where the Avengers lost, and half of them got turned into dust, and this is the remaining Avengers now. Just Paradox. It's a new team. We can feel the rebuilds beginning for the 2026 World Champs. The rebuilds of the teams for the squads coming next year. It was obviously going to happen, not just in Africa, even where you are. A lot of teams are going to step back, re-strategize, and it's the hard part of owning a pro esports team.
Where I'm from, COD Mobile's kind of dead, if I'm being completely honest with you. We didn't have a single day 2 qualifier from the champs. We are the furthest away. As a matter of fact, we might as well just be Europe in that regard.
Oh my God.
This is, I don't know, subtle shade being thrown out there to my EU peeps. Much love to you all. That's where I got my start, as we were talking before the broadcast start. But right now, we're about to get starting into the action. It's matchup number 1. It's Paradox. It is Nemesis. Game, set, match. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. The Hardpoint about to take place. Who you got? Let us know in the chat. Eugene, let's rock and roll, baby.
Like I said, putting my left nut on the table, I have Paradox to take this, but we start off kicking off on P1, and they hit it guns blazing. It was Nemesis, but only for 1 second, getting literally only 1 point. Now the yellows plopped in. Frozen takes the high ground. He plays Obi-Wan Kenobi, but Darok stops him in his tracks. They're doing everything right so far, taking control of every single point, trying to frustrate on the respawn. But the Yizangai, I'm trying to get that name right as well, from Nemesis. The contest comes through the smoke. They'll play blind. Hers will go prone. As 7ken tries to fight his way into the point. Still the contest. Nobody getting the points at the moment, but 7ken takes 2 for the price of 1. For the final 15 seconds is Paradox taking control on Hacienda.
And they're doing a great job of holding up those top angles, as well as getting the access to that P2 garage. We all know that's the money hill right now. Paradox, well, they're getting their money's worth here too as well. It's an absolute bloodbath. It is 7ken going to be able to pop that pred early here in this rotation, get a little bit of information. Not going to be able to find a kill off of it. Nonetheless, the cavalry is there. They are stacking it up. AR looking for some exit kills off of the respawn. And well, P2's open up for business. And guess who's there? Paradox, baby. Nemesis down and out for the time being. Only 3 points off of P1. No cushion to settle themselves up for. They're going to need a big break here early, as only 3 players really in the vicinity. This is their chance to strike.
Verdict when it comes to Hardpoint. I mean, we're going to treat it like a Dora the Explorer episode. What's the word of the day? It's rotation. Spell it with me now. R-O-T-A-T-I-O-N. Rotate, Alien Paradox. The assignment fully. 100 out of 100. They're in there, and the first 30 seconds go to them. They hit 63 points immediately and are approaching a full 60 take on the money hill. This is spelling absolute disaster for Nemesis. What a way to start. Not even at 10 points. A bloodbath. Calling this a bloodbath will be kind, because now we're rotating to P3 by the shed. I don't like what I'm seeing, man.
No, I completely agree. And the unfortunate thing is, when you bet your left testicle here onto this map, there's not a huge payoff, because this is what is expected out of Paradox, right? When you look at this African region, they were top for a reason. Derek's is coming through. He's the Moroccan maven, man. He's an absolute beast. And then you've got Ruin, who just got added into the mix too. So, I mean, not only were they great before, now they're even better. So this is just, I mean, exactly what you anticipate out of a matchup like this. Nemesis, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. Just, everybody's got to take their lickings, right?
I mean, surely, you just mentioned it. Adding Ruin to this already stacked roster is basically Thanos getting his 5th Infinity Stone as Dark's collects on the Equalizer. Just picking out Nemesis players. It's raining Nemesis players. A fire sale, complete Black November, and a pad will add to the hell. Good Lord.
Oh my. Derux, they have families, buddy. They haven't quite lived as much as you have, surely. We'll see you continue on. 122 and counting to 4. Claws out the ready here for Nagi. I think that's how you say that. We'll learn it. Maybe you can make your name memorable. Yeah, we're gonna get it at some point. Make your name memorable. Make me want to remember it as you do fall victim immediately upon entry here on the P4 site. Rockside is another lockdown. Paradox spelling the keys to recipe here. I mean, WIN. I don't know how much more I could say out of it. This is, line them up, knock them down at this point. Gun range type activity. Very tough. No disrespect to Nemesis as it is, but Paradox is just coming in and handle business.
Look, there is a better bit of time I would have spent in the last 5 minutes than watching Nemesis have to get 4 points. They are struggling. We're down to P4, and they're not yet at 10 points. And it's drawing down to the final 20 seconds. Paradox, left, right, and center, frustrating them on every respawn. Couldn't even get Mantra on that site. He takes 2 for himself, and it's just straight up collecting stat padding for Paradox here. I'd have rather spent the last 5 minutes on a site that rhymes with Cornhub, because this is the this is the equivalent of what would have been happening there. I mean, 162 to 7 points is telling. It's telling.
It is, kids. Cover your eyes. This one's going on the hub later. We are absolutely watching a bang. It's a nasty one. Paradox handling business so far. Nemesis trying to get back into the objective. 7 points collected off the first set of hills. That's not a great start. At this point, we may even say a 10-point club, as we'll continue to see P1 just completely dominated in yellow. Paradox running the tables. 7kin gonna get taken down. Derek's gonna be popping another paper plane. He's got a Predator. He's working on EMP. Yes, that's it. He's earned it. And they are just absolutely loving this off the rip. So Paradox handling everything and more. Derek's finally going to get shut down there as the spree finally ends, but it's 7kin there for the trade. And just like that, with 15 seconds left to go, the 200 points have been collected out of Paradox. Rotation over to New could be our last set of hills, or this last set of hills to be exact.
As we approach GG's, there's a Bible verse I like to quote when I cast any single time. We come in peace to witness violence, not to partake in it in any form, but to feed off it, and feed off it we will, as they hit 214 as we unlock on the money hill. Yet again, nothing but yellow bodies. We will sit and witness Call of Duty unrest as Paradox draw down, claim the glory, and then some, proving to a point exactly why this roster was chosen. They were handpicked, fated, destined to represent Africa yet again. Despite the name, they hit 240. Not a chance. Nemesis turning to be their nemesis, but barely proving any challenge for the African champions, who take Hardpoint on the Hacienda, and convincingly. 250 to a bloody 7.
I'm looking at my notes from, what I was supposed to be, studying up for this point. I knew Paradox was goated. I didn't know they were this goated. Nemesis, on the other hand, they've grown up to the ranks really fast. They've gone head-to-head with a couple of Tier 1 teams. That one was not head-to-head. That was, a laydown. That was a knockout. If you're a fan of Nemesis, I'm sorry, chat. They got obliterated, sent to the Netherrealm. It was disgusting. As I actually stopped watching towards the end of that P2. They pulled operators out. I mean, they're already dead. Paradox, they're already dead. All right, you didn't need to put them in the dirt. We'll take a look at the post-action report. 27-9 for 7kin came through and slayed out AR. 29-12. Derux, the Moroccan, he is definitely rocking them there too with a 32-11, 55 seconds on the hill too. So overall collective effort, 7kin though with 2 minutes and 44 on the hill. Crazy.
A story told by the Darrox carrying the team. I'm surprised they didn't even get a 50 bomb. At this point, they were just toying with their food. Either that or they were in a hurry to just go home, because they finished that job out right quickly. We'll see Tunisia search and destroy. And I'm sorry, verdict at this point. I genuinely would be remiss if I said, even if the entire Paradox team was playing with snipers right now, they might still go in with their upper hand. I mean, if there was no weapon assigned rule, I generally feel that they could play with their hands behind their back. And
Yeah. I
Jesus,
don't think this is a testament to how bad Nemesis is. This is 150, 200%. I'll triple down, 300% a testament of how great Paradox
good.
is.
Yeah.
They've
Yes.
they've ran this region for quite a while. They get an upgrade in Ruin. I don't even know. I don't even remember who the player that they mixed in and mixed out. Obviously, Derek's couldn't participate in the carry for a stage 4 event, but his presence alone definitely increases your odds of winning. They only dropped one map there. They didn't win a single map in Worlds, but that we won't even talk about that. This was probably one of the more competitive champs that we've had, and this is Africa's first chance at an opportunity to participate. So we'll just say this is a growing year, and with the way that Paradox is playing, I am super excited to see what they can bring to the table on a grand scheme.
I have a feeling this is not the end of the rebuild from Paradox right now. If I could
Okay.
have a look, if we could have a look at, I don't know if we'd have the graphics of the full rosters that Paradox has, but either way, we're going straight into Tunisia SND. Before that, we'll look at the rosters and just dissect that later on. But expectations here, your chance to plop your entire cojones on the table. Betting man, let's go.
All right, let's get it. First round through,
No,
first six to be
no, I
exact.
was asking you verdict. I was asking
Oh,
you
wait, what was
what's
that?
your bet
Oh.
here? What's
Oh,
your
what's
bet
my
here?
bet? Oh, I'm so sorry. I kind of spaced out there. I was, just listening to your voice and was mesmerized. Yeah,
Oh,
I don't even think this is a bet. I think this is just it's going to be another slaughterhouse. Right now, I mean, there's 2 players down for Paradox,
wow.
but I'm going to triple down and say that they're going to win this convincingly.
Yeah, 7Ken does claim Dindo. It's left down to a 3v3. Even Steven, 7Ken will go long, or the Tundra hits nothing but air. Hers will claim Aero as the trades come in instantly. HSO in hand. Check your corners!
Oh, buddy.
Quack, quack, as Ducky gets 7Ken. Hers finishes off Darox. Not the exact result we were expecting. Okay, Nemesis on the board, survey says.
Okay. There are no X's here, buddy. That is on the board. They line them up, knock them down. First round through. 2 kills apiece for both Duck and Hers. We'll see if they can. Well, Ducky actually only got 1. I'm looking at the top. That's Dino. Okay, Dino, sick him, buddy. We'll see rock and roll here as we get geared up for the second round of action. A little bit of mid-map action there for Derek's. A little bit of a transition from last. Gunfight's not going to be going his way. He's going to get dropped. And, well, you F around, you find out.
Ruin does trade in instantly. 4v4. Responsibility for bearing down the bomb falls to Paradox. They commit to the A site. As 7Ken claims hers, Frozen trades in with a Ure machine pistol coming in, a weapon I genuinely believe needs to be nerfed. Yuzanga will add Mantra to the tally, a 2v2 chaotic through the smoke, poetic, action-like in any way you look at it, as Ruin claims Yuzanga. Frozen left with the nightmare words, "You're the last one, complete the mission," as Ruin meets the objective, puts down the bomb. Hunting.
Okay.
Oh my god, he claims 1! Long on the automaton, the XM4, now to the HSO!
Oh my god, Frozen freezes them solid. What around iced up, baby. 1v2 clutcher kick, absolutely. Down, count it. 2-0 so far. And Nemesis showing up. They almost got as many points here in the Search and Destroy as they did in the Hardpoint coming through in the first 2 rounds alone. Who would have anticipated it? Still, tripling down, as I said, I got to go with the boys in yellow. They have still just shown to be solid with the gunfights. Not so fast here in the Tunisia, but it's not about how you start. It's about how you finish. Let's see if the side of Nemesis can do the job here in the 3rd round.
I can't even sit down for this matchup. I'm standing. Yuzangai, ring around of roses, gangbanged by 2. Ducky and Yuzangai fall. Ear and Mantra add to the tally. Frozen go taken down by a melee by Ayur. Dino falls to Darox. Finally some life in Paradox. And that Mantra gets the last domino to register a Paradox win on the board. Okay, for a moment, I thought Nemesis were about to do something, but okay, they might have found their footing, Paradox. Let's just leave it to a round 4. Let's see if they maintain that same result to level things.
Chad, I can confirm he is standing up. He is literally on the edge of his feet. I had to check cams. 100%. He was not lying to you. He is a man of his word. Right now, B smash over towards the site. Only one player there to hold. It's Ducky getting peeled back. Wig split. Guns coming through. Monster going to be able to find the second there with the HSO. Middle approach here for Frozen. He was clutch there a few rounds back. Can he do anything else? Dino falling in the background there, but oh my God, the burst! Frozen! Flix gets one, but he's instantly traded out. AR going to be able to take him down, and it's down to a 1v3 hers versus the crew. And Derek's, what are you doing, buddy? Are we doing like...
Cool.
Was he trying to hit trick shots there with the USS?
Even to be talking in the last minute, leveling things, Paradox, 2-2 in this S&D series, 1-0 in the whole best of fives. They took Hardpoint and then some, 250 to 7 points. But now it's level. Nemesis started off guns blazing, and they maintain the tempo. They still have the objective of defense, basically terrorism versus counter-terrorist, and they are the counter-terrorists.
Yeah.
Objective of putting down the bomb. This is Ruin meeting that objective and fast. Smart on his part. Put Nemesis on notice. 40 seconds to take action. But Nemesis dropping like flies. Frozen has leaving the three. Zangai, Dino, and Ducky. Commentators curse. 2 left. 30 seconds.
Mike Dyson connecting. Okay. Boxing gloves out here. Maybe a little 2v3 action. Okay. 7kin going to be able to shut down another. Machine pistol not good enough for the final. He's half health. He's going to be able to reach in. He's going to be able to get another kill too. I said, make me remember your name, Ruin. In a 1v1. Ew, boy, shuts him down. I will have to say, that was a hell of a comeback. Damn near gets the clutch there. But unfortunately doesn't. It's, I mean, just Jedi mind tricks from the boys over at Paradox. They smashed B twice in a row. Finally, they hit that A site, and it's wide freaking open. 4 days. Last round on here for the attacking side before we get the flip. And Paradox, flawless through 3 so far after losing the first 2. Can they get another one?
Verdict, I will tell you for a second, I was worried about her bet. Ducky falls, first blood, Dino trades in. I was worried about her bet because Nemesis surely showed some life in them. Leave it to them to give us hope. And then Paradox seemingly now about to enjoy this round because the roles will trade immediately after this and they'll be on nothing but defense. Now this is Ruin trying to go long, catches hers. What? Okay, he still has the bomb. They choose to rotate towards the B site, and yet they still have superiority in the numbers. Frozen and Dino left 2v4. A steep hill, if ever I saw one.
We all
going to come to a head.
Though.
HSO claims one.
All of a challenge. Frozen clutching up a few rounds back that second to give them 2. Not clutching up here. Bomb's been planted. 35 seconds on the clock, and it will go boom. Dino's got to make a move. 3 kills to his name. He needs at least 3 or a bomb defuse, however way he gets it. He's already spotted by 1, and Aor is going to be able to back on back. Dino now trying to push up on aggressively with this VMP. Derek's going to sniff him out, wins the gunny too. And we are all up through 6. 4-2 lead in favor of Paradox. They had us in the first 2 rounds, Eugene. They had us in the first 2 rounds. We were sweating. They had you standing up, but buddy, I am very comfortable in my seat.
Yeah, I feel like I'm wasting my energy now. Standing up. I need a beer. Oh, we start off again. Round number 7. Round number 7. The roles have traded, and I feel this is a role. This is a role that Paradox will enjoy the most. But Dino starts off guns blazing. The VMP speaking to him and speaking loads, paving the way. He's John the Baptist, paving the way for her to go and put down the bomb at the A site. They commit still. Paradox have lost 1 man. It's a key claim there. It's Darox who falls. Team captain, Yazangai. There's no trading. It's Ayur added to the tally, making it a 5v4, but the bomb planter falls as well. Mantra claims 2 for the price of 1. Dino takes Ruin. Vital kill, Vital picking their Mantra, and 7kin left. Dino reclaims the bomb, but will there be space to meet the objective? Verdict, verdict, verdict. Our bet is going to shit. This is Dino.
It's not over with yet, buddy. They're down, but they're not out. It's Mantra. It's 7kin, 2v3 clutched out. Bond finally going to be put down there on towards the B site. It was collected after a failed attempt. Dino, I don't think he caught that player making the rotation through, and the two are going to be able to snap on through without a bit of hassle. So with 27 seconds left to go, nades out. Trophy's going to save one. Mantra, the tip of the spear. Will he be able to poke? No, Dino says no. The VMP giving him powers. And surely enough, 7kin now going to be forced to push on through. The machine pistol finds one. Pistols down. It is all the sniper up top. You got one to deal with and one on the back line there for insurance. The approach is not successful. And another round awarded to the boys in blue. Nemesis starting the attack off strong yet again. The first 2 rounds they took in this search and destroy, they've taken the first round on the flip. Can they do another and continue that same motion? I think now is the time to start standing back up.
There we go. I was about to ask for your permission because all my flabbers are completely freaking gasted. Hers claims ruin. Vital picking there if ever I saw one. Now they can only get Darox. They can, make this easier for them. But AU will shut that down. Claim Frozen in return. 4v4. Even Stevens in numbers, but skill level. Hers claims Mantra. Free haircut successfully delivered. Darox claims hers, trades instant. EU claims 2 for the price of 1, a fire sale, and Izanga with the nightmare words. You're the last one, complete the mission, and claim 7-10. 1v2, will it be a clutch for him? For Nemesis.
Just not enough there. No, not there. Bombs down in a very compromised spot. Derek's goes big. It gets the trades when it matters the most. The 2v1 proves fruitful. Back on top yet again by 2. It's Paradox. As we proceed on into this one, it has been a roller coaster of emotion, Eugene. And I mean, not surprisingly, Paradox is on top, but we have just enjoyed every moment that we have seen Nemesis rise to the top and we're able to take down the Giants in this African Giants event so far. It just hasn't been there altogether, as they still have a 2-round deficit to cover. This is the round that they really need to put their foot down. But I mean, look at Mantra. He's all the way up in your spawn. He is literally on the back wraps of this one and is an absolute route man. On the opposite side, 7kin finds one to opening it up. B sides hit, not proven successful just yet, but it's Ducky there for the trade.
I mean, I appreciate a good snipe as much as the next man. The kind of snipe that makes a grown man squeal and go, "Ee!" because that was beautiful. Now, 3 commentators curse 2 Nemesis players left against a 4-stacked Paradox team. Down to Ducky. Quack, quack on the machine pistol. Darox shuts that down. We're eating Peking Duck. Has plenty of time for the bomb defusal, making it a 6-round win for Paradox. Oh, that they did have us for a second. They had us in the first half.
They did. I mean, whenever you're getting guys like Mantra up in your spawn, there's a level of disrespect that, just is attributed to that. You've got to be able to find a way to prevent the back wrap from happening, especially whenever you're flushing through that B site. There's just really nothing you can do. Right now, Mantra and crew, they're looking to do the same thing. They are trying to handle business. We're on map point. Going to be able to find one and make it 2. Mantra's going to drop Eeyore. Falls victim first. Ducky out of the equation. It's down to 2. On the flip side of things, you got 7kin, who's going to be able to walk right outside of winery. Is dusted, Frozen, keeping the gunny hot when it matters the most. It's down to a 2v2 ruin, or the recent addition to this roster, making his name known if it wasn't already.
You saw the snipe. There it is. Why? I'm a father of 1. Why make me, a grown man, squeal like that? Frozen left again. I feel like I'm the only one who's really overappreciating the snipes. I'm overzealous about this verdict. I'm sorry.
Oh, they're just playing with their food now. Look at this. Derek's has got him in his sight. And we all know, and trust me, I know, he is the master of rage bait. Here comes the execution potentially. Around the corner, Derek's going to not hear the rotation. Frozen sliding, giving away a lot of audio cues, but it doesn't matter. Frozen now's on the trail. He's going to be able to get Derek's for free.
Oh.
You play with your food. That's what happens. Squeal more, buddy. He says, squeal more. No, it's ruin. 7-3 victory. Paradox. Got a little too big for the britches in some of these rounds, that one included, but nonetheless handled business. Tunisia, just like map 1, a blowout there towards the end.
Yes. They started off hot. They started off very hot. 2-0. I mean, we thought for a second Paradox were blanking out. For anyone who's wondering which Paradox this is formerly Bear Clan. Paradox fully acquired the team. That's who's playing right now. Darox captaining those boys. and they have put on a showing. At some point, we were just praying, please get 10 points on Hardpoint, and it did not happen. 250 to 7. And now 7-3 is how Search and Destroy comes to an end. By the numbers, a story told, and there's Ayur. I mean, look at that KD.
Yeah. He's the main sniper for a reason. 12-5, 168 impact. Well, flip side things, we just got to admit this was an admirable effort, but efforts doesn't get you paid here in Call of Duty Mobile. It's all about the results, and the results are, I mean, pretty stout. 7-3. Some could even say that there was a bit of, shenanigans towards the end, but it wouldn't be, COD Mobile without some kind of fun being had towards the end at your opponent's expense. Right now, we're getting geared up for a game 3 as we're going to head on over into a raid control. Hopefully, we'll get some game audio because I don't believe we've had any since the beginning.
No,
I have message producers, and hopefully we'll be getting that fixed here in this game 3 so you guys won't be robbed. I know you enjoy the tunes of our voices, especially the squeals from my boy Eugene. He has delivered. As he said earlier, he is, he's a gambling man, and when you're gambling, you tend to do things that are just not normal. And it's Eugene, it's not normal, but we appreciate it.
No, it's not normal at all, and I apologize, guys. They completely put my balls in a vice whenever it comes to SND, because I mean, I appreciate a proper snipe, guys. Welcome, you just joined us to day 2 of the African Giants series. $1,500 is what's under contest here. And just a reminder of which teams, how many teams here? 12 teams entered this arena carrying the weight of their nations, histories, and reputations, and their pro teams as well. But today, the true measure of greatness begins. The upper bracket has Paradox, Ace, Sierra 7, Eclipse Gaming, Axium, Nonagons, Aura 233, and Nemesis. But below them, the lower bracket breathes equal fire of its own. Emperors, Iconics, Neutrality, and Mighty. Underdogs, powerful enough to shake the brackets apart. Welcome to the African Giants. $1,500 on the line, but it is, at the end of the day, more than the prize money, guys. It's about stature, reputation, territory. Where giants rise, giants fall. The name is Eugene Abu Dhabi. This is Verdict. Wait, hold on. Let me see. Where's Verdict? He's on this side.
There
He's on this side. There he is. There he is. He's on this side. Right there.
Yeah. Other way.
Oh, wrong side.
There we go.
Your screen mirrored.
I'm just punching. Am I? No.
You're punching you. You're punching the wrong side, buddy.
I'm punching you. We're supposed to fist bump.
Oh.
I'm punching you. Yeah. Oh, there we go. Brother is we're cooked.
We tried our best.
We tried.
Yeah, we tried. Oh wait, I was punching the wrong. Oh wait, I was punching the wrong side.
There it is, right there. Boom.
There we go. Okay, finally. All right,
bam.
Somewhere in there we'll get it one day. All right, we're going in for control. We're in the back of a Paradox dominant series here, best of 5s that Paradox have written all over them. And I feel like control, honestly, let's just do some honest analysis. You know what? Like, out with neutrality and just put it all out. We've been honest so far. I feel like they're just this is a formality here. Rubber stamp a 3-0.
Yeah, I completely agree. I don't think there's a if and but about it. As a matter of fact, we saw signs of life in that search and destroy. And I think that was their best bet. But as the game progressed, you started to see, once we got the flip, there were just, things that you can't allow to happen as an attacking side opponent. And that's, allowing for flanks to come through just so unchecked. You're putting all your marbles into one basket, pushing a site. You don't have anybody there for, any kind of trail or any kind of route awareness. There is a lot that you need to work on as a team in Search or Destroy, but there is a foundation that I really like out of that Nemesis team. So if they go back and rewatch the VOD, which I hope they do, they'll start to see, if they're going to play Tunisia a little bit more, that there's some lanes and avenues that they have to focus on. Right now, we're focused on, as you mentioned, the formality. Is this going to be a 3-0, or will we see a round 1 in favor of Nemesis? Paradox, they've got their opponents literally with their feet on their throats, just waiting to crush them. You said we weren't here for the violence. It's, I'm here for the violence, buddy. That's the reason why I watch Call of Duty Mobile. I want all of that.
All the smoke.
I want all of it.
We're kicking that off with a bread and butter map in the Call of Duty series, I believe, straight out of Black Ops. Welcome to Raid, everyone. This is Control. 30 lives shared apiece on each team. We start off guns blazing, and it's, with a superiority in numbers and lives, it's Paradox having claimed a full squad wipe from Nemesis. Their objective for capping the points falls to Nemesis. So far, not even a pinky toe set on any hill. I spoke too soon. They committed towards the A site. This is the madman strategy. Honestly, on paper, A is the harder point to reach by the swimming pool.
It is, but when you get full wiped off the hill and you don't have any presence on A, you're going to get gifted a lot of, freebies. Seven Kid trying to gift himself a few freebies. They're trying to set on the spawn trap, and surely enough, there it goes. Mantra going to be able to fill the slot on the back lines. You've got one more player in blue who's finally going to get dealt with. Is Dino is going to be able to take down Aor. It's only one person left here, the one leg of the spawn trap, and they are struggling. 23v12, and they are feasting the man who's got a 100-killer drone, ready to rock and roll, looking to earn that pred.
And guys, keep your eye on that clock. Do not set your eye off that clock, because that might kill Nemesis before the actual Paradox players do. It's 15 seconds. They do not have a chokehold on either side. Someone needs to stop that clock. Nobody anywhere near that site. Not a single yellow body. They're trying to head towards the A site. Why do they keep committing towards that side? Mantra has them trapped. He's flanked them out. Only 7 players left against a stacked 17 Paradox lives. 5 left. It's playing. We're in search and destroy territory, and yeah, there it is. The clock did it. Oh, good God.
That's one of those things about global. And in comparison to CDM, you got 2 minutes to make something happen. Here, buddy, it's 90. And let me just tell you, those 90 seconds were quick. Mantra feasted in you. He hasn't. I won't say anything. He's on a 6-3. Let's just say that. We'll keep that in mind. But it is going to be an A-side hit. They're buckling up for a quick one. And the route now is 2 players there inside of the money room. First blood's come through. Derek's is dropped, but Ducky going to get traded out quickly.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you to you said it.
You
said it. I was going to tell you. Yeah.
I'll take that.
Oh,
I didn't want my first day of casting here in the African Giants event to be a Mantra nuke, buddy. I'm sorry. I love you. Mantra. I love all of those guys out of that Bear Clan roster that I met. Probably the most humble out of anybody in the Call of Duty mobile community. They were very upfront and wanted to meet everybody, just very genuine people. So I wish them all the love. Right now, there's nothing like this lovely about this team. They are just absolutely cruising their way through this Control, just as well as the first 2 games that we've seen in the series.
Well, you found these boys on a good day, clearly, because on any comp scene here, well, these boys will let you know what they're thinking after every game. After they beat you out, and Diox doing just that on the equalizer, his instrument, his gospel, preaching it right through. They completely successfully cap the B site. They commit towards the A side, quarter-way locked. 19 lives towards 16. Nemesis on the defense side, trying to bear and wear them down. This is Mantra on the claw. Loses it for the moment. Tosses a flashbang, hits no one. Claw again. Daki, quack, quack. Down 15 to 15 lives. Paradox still committing towards A. Almost halfway locking it through. Nemesis doing a good job so far of holding the line. Mantra still on the claw, just collecting. Goes long. Automaton in hand. XM4 claims. Adds to the tally. Oh my God. Gets a nice 3-piece. But stopped by Ducky with a revenge kill on the death machine doing its job.
A great job there of Mantra doing a one-man army, and surely enough, almost gets that second tick locked in. Gets a little too big for his britches. Return ops are great here from Nemesis. Ducky shutting down the push from Mantra. You also got Hers with a Sparrow coming out. They're looking to hold this push down, but I'm afraid that these ops may be a little too premature. There's still a minute on the clock, and you don't have a life advantage just as of yet. Okay, 9-7 does count. Things starting to slow down to a dwindle now. If you're Paradox, you just wait these ops out and you wait to smash, and you just let these gunnies fly in.
We're drawing down to the end of this round. It's anyone's game. We're approaching search and destroy territory, and fast. By that I mean no more respawns, no more second chances. Paradox still yet to meet that objective, and I doubt that's in their mind at this point, because there are 2 men that, okay, we're in search and destroy territory. There it is, 5v5. War machine in hand. No more second chances. 4v3. Mantra. Now the A side to stop the clock. 30 seconds left. They've worn out the time they bought themselves.
Gotta go.
Extra 1 minute and 10 seconds lifeline. Now Mantra still going long.
No.
Claims frozen. Trades immediate. 1v1. How did we get here? Ring a round of roses. Who gets the poses? Melee bot. It's Darox who claims Ducky.
Oh man, so close to winning that round. So unfortunate. Nemesis. Again, as I mentioned, the operators at first were great. They popped 2. And then they happened to pop 2 more, but there was still just so much time on the clock. You want to hold off and preserve those for a last-ditch effort right there off the rip. They're going to be able to open up a 2, and this is a great start for the attacking round. They're going to go ahead and try to get that ringside control. Ruin looking to ruin their chances. Surely enough, wins the gunnies. That's 5 down instantly. Back to their spawn they go. You got 1 floater on the left-hand side or the bottom side of the map, and that is going to be frozen. He's going to be able to provide a little bit of an avenue towards that A site, and is going to be able to get a little bit of great positioning there inside the kitchen. Mantra, unknowing of what is going on right here. Surely enough, they are going to be able to bump into each other, and Frozen wins a massive gunfight.
Sorry, buddy. I completely blacked out there. I was just writing the formality result, Paradox versus Nemesis 3-0 here, because this kind of looks like where it's headed. So far, we're 45 seconds left. Nemesis have not yet tapped a point. It's their responsibility. This time they go for the conventional route, which is the B site. You know, what everyone usually goes for. I don't know what it was for that ambitious round 1, but didn't pan out in their favor. This time they're trying a different strategy, and it's still not working out for them in terms of the gunfights. 15 lives to 9. They've halfway locked the B site. Hunter killer drone from 7 Ken. Streaks coming into play already, and nobody on B. They have let loose. Yazangai spawns closer to the A site. He tries to go in there to stop the clock, but the claw does collect, leaving it down to 4 Nemesis players. It might be all she wrote, because now it's Darox on the equalizer, wreaking havoc. Let loose the dogs of war. 14 seconds left, but we might not get there with Hairs as the last man left. Bearing down against 10 bears, 10 Paradox men, and it will be a Paradox win for the first series of the day. Dominance, if ever we saw it. 250 to 7. Yep. 7-3 and 3-0.
Very convincing one indeed. 3-0 there in the control. That second round did get a little mixy nonetheless. You mentioned it. You're a betting man. And if you were to put all of your earnings, your mortgage, your children's college fund, or your one child's college fund onto this, I'm going to go ahead and tell you those odds. It's a great line because you're going to get guaranteed cash, but it was just little to nothing in winnings. Right now, Paradox and crew, they were the expected team to win, and they came through and handled business in a relatively quick fashion. 3-0 there in the control that we just saw. Derek's 21-13, 23-9 for Mantra, who was on a little bit of a spree until I kind of, did him in. I'll take the blame for that, Mantra. If you're watching this back home, just say it's my fault. And then when you look at Derek's, or when you talk to Derek's next, just say it's Derek's fault, because I hate that guy. All right, that guy's the reason why I called you. All right. And Derek knows why, okay? Derek knows why. He's a king of rage bait. He's the absolute worst. I love you, Derek. But Mantra, just blame it on Derek's, all right?
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. Darox is the king of rage bait. That part you have right, which is why you surprised me by calling the entire bear roster when you met them humble, because humble they are not.
They were sweethearts, man. I'm sorry. I'm an older guy, like, and you don't normally meet people who have manners, and they were, have respect for people when they meet them. And most of the time when you meet people, it's like, oh, hey, how's it going? And they just move on. They were cordial. They were inviting. They were very humble. They were very, just sweet kids, man. That's all I'll say about it. They were very enjoyable to be around, and I wanted to meet more of them. That's the first impression I've got. It was Charisma who I got to meet first, and then I think they showed up like Thursday or Wednesday night.
Yes,
really late.
Yeah,
it was Wednesday night, really late, and I was just like walking back to the hotel from after having dinner, and they just meet me right in the front. I'm like, oh, well, hello, how's it going? Surprisingly, they knew me, and they didn't know D Hitman, and they didn't know Ian Chambers, which was crazy because those guys are like actual celebrities. Like D Hitman has been like a YouTube star for a while. And Ian literally did television. Like, I don't even know how much more it made me feel better if they didn't know those guys, but they knew me. Much love to y'all.
I think we'll chalk it down to the fact that you were not on the other side of the lobby.
There,
It was
that's
real
fair.
life. It was a real
Yeah.
life interaction. Either way,
Absolutely.
we find ourselves as now no longer Bear, but now Paradox, having taken a 3-round convincing win to take the entire series. Nemesis, of course, not eliminated. They're still in this. They can still come back into this, but they go to what we'll call the Shadow Realm, some sort of losers bracket. They have a chance to redeem themselves. For now, it will be a convincing Paradox win, a dominant Hardpoint showing, a shaky start on their part in S&D, but they brought it back. It gave us hope for a second for something, a push and shove, but it was just maintaining the status quo all the way to control. That's the end of this. That's the end of the show. That's all, folks. Bleep, 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 bleep. That's all, folks.
That's all, folks.
Yeah, those folks. Yeah, there we go.
Yes. No, well, that's not quite the end of the show. We still got one more matchup ahead of us. It's going to be Eclipse game and Axium. Super excited to see what both these teams bring to the table. I think that we're gonna
Sorry, Verdict. Hold on. Sorry, Verdict. If you take a look at the chat, Darox just told you I love you too, Verdict.
Oh, hell no. Someone ban that guy. Get him the hell out of here. Get him the hell out of here.
Oh, there's Darox. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
The Rage Bait Master.
Yeah,
there he is.
Rage Bait Master. That's him. Jesus Christ.
All right, there we go. And someone dared say, okay, there are no T1 teams in Africa, bro. Okay.
This is why we don't read chat. You guys are, that's kind of, come on.
My God. Faded VAR is checking your comment. VR says you're full of shit.
Yes, 100%.
We move on. Next matchup of the day. Next on the fight card will be Axium versus Eclipse Gaming. We'll be right back with that game.
Welcome to mashharder.com, the home of esports tournaments, matchups, and player stats all in one place. In this walkthrough, we're kicking things off with the tournament page showing you exactly how to navigate through each tab and get the most out of the platform. First up, the Overview tab. This is your go-to spot for everything you need to know about a tournament at a glance. The Overview tab gives you a complete snapshot of the entire tournament, who's playing, what's happening, and how far the event has progressed. At the top left, you'll find the tournament name along with the start date, prize pool, and number of participants. Right beside it, on the top right, you'll see the completion rate displayed as a percentage, showing how far the event has moved from the early rounds all the way to the finals. And right below that, there's the top 3 predictions section, a brand new feature that'll be explained in detail soon. Scroll down and you'll find the tournament details and participants list, giving you a quick look at everyone taking part. Next, we've got the Bracket tab, where the real action unfolds. The bracket view gives fans, players, and organizers a clear look at the tournament structure, current standings, and who's qualified for the next round, all updated live as matches are completed. In short, this is where you come to see who's climbing to the top and how the story of the tournament unfolds, one win at a time. Moving on to the Matches tab, this section breaks down every matchup round by round, from the opening games all the way to the grand finals. You can easily check who played who, the results, and who advanced to the next stage. Gameplay replays will also be made available here, so if you missed any matches, you can catch up and watch the highlights later. Everything updates automatically, so you're always seeing the latest results and scores. Finally, let's check out the Standings tab. This section ranks all participants based on their performance, showing their wins, losses, and total points earned throughout the tournament. Whether it's a solo competition or a team-based event, this tab gives you a quick look at who's leading the pack and who's still fighting their way up the rankings. It's simple, clean, and the perfect place to track overall progress at a glance. Welcome to the Predictions tab, where you can put your esports knowledge to the test. There's 2 types of predictions you can make: top 3 predictions of who's going to get the farthest, and single predictions for who you think will win a specific match. You can find top 3 predictions in the Overview tab. Here you'll be able to choose which players or team is going to take the top 3 spots. Single predictions can be found in the Matches tab, where you can select winners for specific rounds. Back to the Predictions tab, the first thing you see is the leaderboard, which ranks everyone who's made predictions based on their points total. On this board, you can track each user's performance, seeing their specific top 3 picks, the number of top 3 spots they got correct, and their overall PW, predictions played to 1 ratio. Your ranking is determined by the point system. Correctly predicting the winner of a single match earns you +1 point. Correctly choosing the top 3 in any order earns +5 points, and correctly choosing the top 3 in the exact order earns a massive +10 points. The tab is fully interactive, allowing you to click on the P/W number to see a detailed list of every match prediction the user made, and clicking on the total points reveals a full points breakdown, summarizing how they earned their score. This tab is your home base for competition and score tracking, allowing you to track your rivals and polish your... Welcome to the Predictions tab, where you can put your esports knowledge to the test. There's 2 types of predictions you can make: top 3 predictions of who's going to get the farthest, and single predictions for who you think will win a specific match. You can find top 3 predictions in the Overview tab. Here you'll be able to choose which players or team is going to take the top 3 spots. Single predictions can be found in the Matches tab, where you can select winners for specific rounds. Back to the Predictions tab, the first thing you see is the leaderboard, which ranks everyone who's made predictions based on their points total. On this board, you can track each user's performance, seeing their specific top 3 picks, the number of top 3 spots they got correct, and their overall PW, predictions played to 1 ratio. Your ranking is determined by the point system. Correctly predicting the winner of a single match earns you +1 point. Correctly choosing the top 3 in any order earns +5 points, and correctly choosing the top 3 in the exact order earns a massive +10 points. The tab is fully interactive, allowing you to click on the P/W number to see a detailed list of every match prediction the user made, and clicking on the total points reveals a full points breakdown, summarizing how they earned their score. This tab is your home base for competition and score tracking, allowing you to track your rivals and polish your picks. Welcome to mashharder.com, the home of esports tournaments, matchups, and player stats all in one place. In this walkthrough, we're kicking things off with the tournament page showing you exactly how to navigate through each tab and get the most out of the platform. First up, the Overview tab. This is your go-to spot for everything you need to know about a tournament at a glance. The Overview tab gives you a complete snapshot of the entire tournament, who's playing, what's happening, and how far the event has progressed. At the top left, you'll find the tournament name along with the start date, prize pool, and number of participants. Right beside it, on the top right, you'll see the completion rate displayed as a percentage, showing how far the event has moved from the early rounds all the way to the finals. And right below that, there's the top 3 predictions section, a brand new feature that'll be explained in detail soon. Scroll down and you'll find the tournament details and participants list, giving you a quick look at everyone taking part. Next, we've got the Bracket tab, where the real action unfolds. The bracket view gives fans, players, and organizers a clear look at the tournament structure, current standings, and who's qualified for the next round, all updated live as matches are completed. In short, this is where you come to see who's climbing to the top and how the story of the tournament unfolds, one win at a time. Moving on to the Matches tab, this section breaks down every matchup round by round, from the opening games all the way to the grand finals. You can easily check who played who, the results, and who advanced to the next stage. Gameplay replays will also be made available here, so if you missed any matches, you can catch up and watch the highlights later. Everything updates automatically, so you're always seeing the latest results and scores. Finally, let's check out the Standings tab. This section ranks all participants based on their performance, showing their wins, losses, and total points earned throughout the tournament. Whether it's a solo competition or a team-based event, this tab gives you a quick look at who's leading the pack and who's still fighting their way up the rankings. It's simple, clean, and the perfect place to track overall progress at a glance. Welcome to the Predictions tab, where you can put your esports knowledge to the test.
Welcome back to the African Giant series. 1,500 USD on the line. This is where names become legends and legends become immortal. It's 11:05, an hour since we started this shindig. The name is Eugene Abu Dhabi, live from the Kenyan capital in Nairobi. My co-caster can speak for himself.
This is Verdict. I'm coming here live from the capital of Alabama, aka BFE, aka Country Hick Town. Montgomery, baby. That's right. The good old gut. We are here live. It is 2:05 Central Time, U.S. American, just like those U.S. American smackaroos that we're going to be paying the team that comes out on top here in the African Giants. This is the final event of the year for the Africa Mobile Championship, ladies and gentlemen. We have had plenty of them come through so far, but this one, bar none, top 12 teams in Africa. We already see the number 1 seed obviously come through and come and plow their competition. I mean, I don't even think they broke a sweat. Eugene, tell me, this next matchup, bound to be closer, right? Please.
Before we go to the next matchup, the last place I expected you were going to take this was the Southern accent. I mean,
when you're from the South, you gotta be Southern. You know what I'm talking about? That's kind of how we do things.
Okay. Well, that woke me up. Okay, Axium versus Eclipse Gaming. Again, in the spirit of not doing, at some point in this tournament, you're going to cast with other people, and Cal is one of them. His name is Elijah Tory. Cal. Now, Cal is a politician. He'll never give you a straight answer. He will never vote the right way, but when the result comes, he'll tell you he voted that way. That's exactly what he thought was going to win. So, in the spirit of not being a wuss, like Cal, I will just give up a straight vote. Axium versus Eclipse. I have seen Axium play. They are good. They are very good. Are they Eclipse Gaming good? Eclipse are surprisingly good. And I'll say surprisingly better. Dare I say surprisingly better. So this will be a close series. This one might keep us here for a while.
Yeah, in my notes, I'm taking a look at it. Eclipse finished 3rd in the Stage 4 World Championship Regional for Africa, above Sierra 7, and Sierra 7 is seated above them. So to just kind of speak on that, I'm not 100% sure what that relates to in what we're going to see today, but that is just something worth noting. You mentioned that you've seen Axiom play; they're pretty good. My notes here say that they are a fresh team. As a matter of fact, they've kind of rose rather quickly.
Yes.
Is it too quick to where you don't get those hard knocks in where you just get the crap beat out of you and you learn, hey, I
Mm.
can't play like this anymore? Or is it, to the point where they just kind of, made their way through lesser talent? Have they played against those upper echelons of teams? Have they been able to perform when it matters the most? That's the question that I want to be answered.
What you did there was what we call in the business a hot take, because
Okay.
yes, especially the part where you touched on, have they met a team worth, that's actually difficult? I would say they've met a few, but to their
Okay.
level, maybe tier two. They've met a couple of tier two teams that were difficult. Have they met Eclipse level teams? Yes. Have they survived those matchups? No. Do I think they'll beat out Eclipse? They might take a round, but this might end 3-1.
Okay.
That's my take. Yeah.
All right, awesome. Which game mode do you think they lose? Are they particularly better in hard points? And I would assume hard point and search and destroy is like bread and butter for them.
Mm,
Control is usually like the mixy, like newer teams, especially, just because they don't really understand the concept of the game or what really needs to happen in order for you to win rounds in controls. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is that the case or
I think Axium take S&D. I say
okay?
that outright. I think Axium take S&D. That's the only one. The Slayer dependent modes, I think Eclipse will mow them down. That's my thought. That's
I
based
like
of
that.
what I've seen so far on each side. The Slayer dependent respawn heavy modes, that will be an Axiom part, not an Eclipse party, and Axiom might take S&D if they have a good day at the office.
Okay, I'm reading chat. Someone said Axiom are crazy in search and destroy, so that actually confirms that your opinion is valid. Now, with that being said, production we need to see. We saw it earlier. We got a sneak peek. We really get to dive in deep. Let's take a look. Best of five. What do we have coming up for us here for this matchup? This is
Man,
where everything is going to be exposed. Aussie and the Coastal Crossfire. Interesting.
what?
I love this first three games. And then we head to an apocalypse, if your prediction is right, where it should end. And then if we are granted a game five, which would be a delight here for my first day of casting the African Giants tournament, I am super excited to see a Tunisia for that map number five.
I absolutely hate the control pick, though. Oh my god!
I've
It's
grown to like it. I hate Crossfire as a map in whole, but I love it for competitive and I love casting it for control. That's all I'll say.
yeah. On the spectators bench, it's a lot easier. We're here to savor the violence and savor everything going wrong
Yes.
for someone. But as a player on the player side, Jesus, that's nightmare fuel for control.
Yeah, what I'll say is they had a chance to ban, the map itself. The players decided not to, so it slipped through the map pool. And that's how I got here. So apparently these guys must feel some kind of confidence not banning it. I don't know what which was taken out of the equation by which team, but I'm sure it doesn't matter at this point. They've got to play with what they've got, and what they've
Mm,
got is, I mean, they got a damn good map rotation. Let's just be fair. Granted, bar the game three, which is an ugly map in itself, it is a great competitive map
mm.
indeed for Call of Duty Mobile, and I think this was the only addition that they could have made this year to make the map pool selection for Control a little, slightly more competitive. If I'm being honest.
Yeah, Control had been a raid party for all of 2024, so it makes sense adding this to the rotations this year. I see that on that argument, yes, it makes sense. And on the childish argument, which is the route I choose to take, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I
Yeah,
hate
I
it. I
hate it. I don't
hate
want to see it
it.
anymore. No, 100%. Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. If excuse our bantering, but this is kind of what we do. Got good energy. There's a lot of chemistry here. I hope there's a lot of chemistry in the games that we have going on through. If you haven't made your predictions, make sure you head on over towards the Mash Harder website to drop your predictions. That's about to shut down here in a minute, so make sure you go ahead and put that in. You are fighting for a chance to win $100, bro. 100 buckaroos. Talking about all this cash is getting me a little frisky. I know you got a little antsy earlier with the squealing, buddy. When I hear money, I start to just absolutely feel myself. So if you hadn't had a chance to make your predictions, go ahead and head there now. Mash Harder is the site. Make sure that you get your predictions in because we want to know how good you are predicting I'm not going to do it because I'm obviously not educated enough. And believe it if I was, I would definitely play the role of Cal here in this instance. And I feel like there should be, you know, some yin and yang in the broadcast at times. I'm a betting man, but I don't know.
You are no Cal.
I'm literally like,
you are no Cal.
This is going into this matchup. I'm literally like, I have no idea who's like, I'm looking at it and I just don't know what I'm seeing, dude. I'm blinded. And I'm just not going to shoot, you know, from the other side of the court in order.
You are many things, sir.
I'm not a Cal.
You are no Cal. Cal is a war criminal. No.
Damn, Cal. Whoa.
No.
The atrocities this man has committed. Just is it that bad?
It's that bad. It's that bad. It's horrible.
I love that.
Yeah. All right, we're going straight into Axium. Get your last minute predictions in. Even the casters need. Oh, it's a lobby reset as per production, so we have plenty of time to just keep bantering. So for whoever is in chat starting, start the game. We could miss the first hard point. We're getting the info live. The game hasn't started. We will never start without you. We love you too much, chat. We love you too much, chat.
That's some politician talking if I've ever heard it. Let me just go ahead and tell you that, chat, let me tell you, we do not love you guys. When you hit us with that, we just want to go ahead and hit that block button, but nothing is going to beat this one. We had a lobby reset. We're back into the action. Chat, get ready to go. Our last series of the night, Axium Gaming heading up against Eclipse. Who will come out on top? I think this is the last chance for you to do it, Eugene. Oh, no, never mind. Just kidding. We're going to head back to the lobby as we got another reset. Pump fake. Got you for a second time. Thoughts? What's what do you think heading into this matchup? I need to hear your honest opinion. Who's going to take it?
Eclipse
3-1.
Did you think there was going to be a debate?
I'm here for hot takes, buddy.
Eclipse 3-1. That was my honest opinion. Are you going to do the same, or are you just going to make me put myself out there and then just leave me high and dry?
I mean, for the sake of just being a gambling man, and for the sake of going back and forth with you, I'm gonna roll with Axium. I'm not taking Eclipse. I'm betting a 3-2. They're gonna win the Crossfire, and then they're gonna win both of the Search and Destroys. They're gonna upset Eclipse Game and send them to the lower bracket.
Well. Who just poured everything out of his purse? Axium. Okay. You went the opposite way. Let's see if that bet pays out. We're starting off on Hacienda. P1 by the fountain, very exposed. Normally, in a normal game, again, I emphasize the word normal, not much scrap time gotten out of P1. It's too exposed, so much happening, very chaotic. But early to the party, it's Eclipse Gaming. A bit of a contest, they get it back. Axium 4-4. By Hardpoint standards, those scores mean nothing. Contests now down to their gunfights. The hill is clean and back the way of Eclipse to level things. 8 points again, as expected. Nothing but pandemonium on P1 through the smoke. At some point, it's even empty, and trophies will fall as everyone tries to find their footing.
Yep, absolutely. This is what you call a mixy Hardpoint here. P1 out in the open, very, very difficult, especially when you have players who are going to be reigning up top. Type 19 out for Badecon. I'm sure I'm going to butcher some names, but just have locations will be Big Gunny there. One is going to be able to hop the hill, smoke on through. Machine Pistol absolutely running things. So through the first set of hill, this rotation, we're going to be about tied up, rotating over towards New. It's a big gunfight there, 800 milliseconds. Going to be able to win a massive two-piece, maybe cementing them a little bit of time here off the rip, but it is going to be the gunfights one in blue. Eclipse Gaming stealing this P2 rotation.
We'll call him Badecon. We call him Badecon on this end. Just stick with that one. We rotate to the money hill this time by the garage. It's Eclipse there, fighting it out. Can they lock it down? 800 MS. Clearly not on 800 MS as he cleans 2 for the price of 1. But that advance stopped in its tracks as Valerio does take him down, adds Daniel to the tally. Lotzi will take Dad. The trade's instant. The contests, not so much. They're still trying to find their way in there, forcing their way into the Axiom players. They held it for barely about 10 seconds. And that was 800 MS with that advance to try and keep it. He didn't get back up in time. And so far, the majority of the scrap time has fallen for Eclipse Gaming, the Nigerian side. So far, a majority of that chokehold on the money hill falling their way, and they do capitalize to hit the 50-point mark as the rotations are early and each team just scrambling to get there first by the shed.
Absolutely. This is just going from bad to worse. P2 rotations fall out. Great map control there for Eclipse Gaming. They are making light work of Axium off the rip. The setup here, Dad. Oh, he's your father, absolutely. Getting some shots on through. Betacon gonna get shut down too. Gunfights galore in blue. Death Machine. It's Luther season. Able to find the Pretty 2. Only one. No, none. Nonetheless, his team controls Fence's side for the time being. But a little bit of a mix-up there is the split spawn's going to come through. A little bit of time coming out. No, it's going to be a flip back and forth affair. Light up yellow, light up blue. Feeds there, but it's still a contest. And right now, well, Eclipse Gaming, they've got plenty of map control to continue on.
Is it just me who gets hurt when I see an operator's skill? Or
Absolutely.
An operator's skill that misses its target? Or a score streak that misses its target. That pred, for some reason, hurt my soul to the core. 10 seconds left. Eclipse still in the lead and firmly in control, if I do say so myself. A 60-point lead is something to savor. Enough of a cushion. They cannot let their foot off the gas. They do rotate early. Valerio charged with that responsibility. He has a bit of backup there. I couldn't see for the second who that was. Coco does fall, leaving Valerio to fend off with himself. It's Dad who's still choking off, holding the choco by the seaside. And he does take two for the price of one. Coco does add to the tally as well. Plenty of Eclipse backup as they finally hit a three-digit marker. It's 100 hunter-killer drone out by Dad, who clearly owns Axiom. He is all their fathers.
Yes.
Darth Vader himself.
Yeah, from dad to daddy. Oh my God. He's okay. Well, there we go. Maybe caster cursing a little bit. I glaze and he falls victim to gunfights on the outskirts. That's what happens when you hop off the objective. It happens from time to time. Nonetheless, business being handled. Eclipse Gaming just absolutely making light work here of Axiom. But if you know, we're taking a look at it, Axiom definitely was favored in the search and destroys. We would like to see a little bit more of an effort here in this hardpoint as we come to the resting spot here on towards this second set of hills. 125-31. It ends in a contest. Gunfights one on through. It's Dad continuing to say his name. Say it right, proper. Oh, baby, there. A second one in the feed as he's just lighting them up. Electricity for days. Oh, misses that next one, but nonetheless, still two shots. That's it. One done is going to get shut down.
10-4, good buddy. The Tempest coming into play for Dad there. That is working out in his favor. I'm starting to love. One thing that has come as a surprise for everybody is the absolute out of nowhere use of the Tempest and how well it has fit since it got that buff 2 seasons ago. 128 to 42 points is where we find ourselves as we rotate to the hill that started it all by the fountain. 20 seconds left on that hill. Not a money hill in any point. It's just a chaotic point, and it is Badicon, the baddie himself, to get the scraps for Axiom to try and hit 50 points as we rotate early to the rotations. It's 800 ms. We might be watching the same footage. Trophy system goes down as he tries to stop an Eclipse onslaught. Xavier will try. It's Valerio rather who's trying to. Xavier. It's Xavier trying to spray and pray on the war machine, and does meet the objective. Coco adds the Sparrow into play, but doesn't even get to use it. That has to hurt. But a death machine and an array of operator skills coming into play.
Yeah, this is it. I mean, that one bad operator not going to make or sway this one. The money hills here in the garage, they've been locked down, and Eclipse Gaming has claimed their lion's share of the objective so far here in this second set of hills as well through the first. They're looking to shut this one down. Only 49 points on the right-hand side of the screen. The contest is coming through. It is going to be an operator being popped there. His dad's going to fall. Daniel going to be able to get the Tempest, but Daniel's going to be shut down on the outskirts. It's gunfights for days, but it is the feed and the actual point time going to be collected by Eclipse. Axiom just not really having any kind of way of finding success here in this garage. They're going to go home empty-handed, rotating over towards that P3 site where this Predator could chop the rotation in half, is able to find one, and just like that, the feed, again, mixy, but look at the map control for days yet again. Eclipse Gaming going to get chopped in half on the rotation, but they've already got 3 there already in it. And this is Corito is going to be bouncing out of the lobby. That is a tough way to start this series. Hopefully it's not connection issues.
It might be a connection issue because that's literally, I don't think a rage quit would happen at this point, but it's
You never
clearly
know, right?
now.
I mean,
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Might be, a rage quit, but hey, but less likely at this point because now they're playing with one hand quite literally tied behind their backs. Axiom, I think the equivalent of this is just playing whipping sounds for the next 10 seconds because that's where we're approaching. Coco with a sparrow, just collecting completely as now Eclipse rubber stamp their victory, that inevitable victory coming through. Axiom will try for the contest, but with only 4 men against 5 on a mode as vital as this, a mode as spawn heavy and intense as this, the numbers do matter. And poetically, it will be the final hill to close this out. Xavier early to the party with a war machine, and it's GG's as Eclipse they claimed the first round. 105 falling their way. Hacienda is all Eclipse.
very anticlimactic finish right there. Fifth player
Mm.
bouncing out of the lobbies. I don't know. For my own, narrative, I obviously would have, liked to see in a 5v5. I
No, you
say
can-
the player rage quit, but I'm assuming it was a disconnect. But you never know in these
Yeah.
cases. It's a blowout.
Yeah.
Put 2 and 2 together. Sometimes that happens, but
Hmm.
hopefully that's not the case. You take a look at the highlights. It was Eclipse Gaming. They have the keys to success, and when you're playing Hacienda, you've got to be able to play the money hills perfectly. And for 2 sets of hills running through the garage, I mean, they literally had the keys to it for free. Axiom not really throwing a shoulder at figuring out anything along the lines. Even getting there early just wasn't the case. Rockside, again, P4 is just a connection from P2 to 3 to 4. Just it was a ridiculous amount of map control for days for the boys in blue.
Yes, a ridiculous amount of control for the boys in Eclipse. There's an Eclipse reigning over Hacienda. That victory rubber stamped and convincingly so. The 4v5 ending had nothing to do with that victory because, for the most part of it, even on the highlights, you can see that they were on 125 and it was still a 4-5 Axiom squad. And the ending, well, tells it all. Complete dominance from the Axiom players, that tier 1 team. I still do rank Eclipse as a lower tier 1, even coming in 3rd place in the African qualifiers, but they are, in my books, a lower tier 1. And Valerio, Coco, Xavier, Dad, and Luther. Story by the numbers. Gladiators for Eclipse. There it is, 33 kills for the lead man, Xavier and Coco. MVP of the game, the most impact player. Guess who? Daddy himself.
Yeah, Daddy. Yeah, Dad. Don't take this as a weird. We're not trying to be weird about it, but you did graduate from dad to daddy that game, buddy, because you were absolutely railing them. Nonetheless, Axiom still not out. This is a best of 5, 4v5, regardless. As you toss up the glass of milk, what cheers is that, buddy? Because guess what? We are ready for the comeback. All right. I have never been more right in anything in my life. Axiom Gaming are going to be dominating in this Coastal Search and Destroy. There ain't no ifs, ands, buts about it, buddy. All right. This is where they put their foots down. After that beating, I mean, that's definitely got to spark you, right?
What you're smoking is laced with embalming fluid. Put it down.
All right. Yeah. Jeez. You want some?
Maybe at this point.
I mean, it's complimentary. Yeah. Jump on the train, buddy. Yeah.
A bit of the... Remind me where we're going for S&D. What map was
Coastal.
it?
Coastal.
Good sniper heavy map. Very good for close encounters on the A site. B site by the wine cellar. Is the B site in the wine cellar or the A site?
It is.
It's the B. Yeah, it's in the wine cellar. In the wine cellar is the B site. So the B side arguably should be an easier plant, but it's very heavy on close encounter, ring around of roses, gunfights, not sniper friendly. Anything can happen in the A site. Midpoint, well, no man's land. Anybody can tell you, it's just pop smoke in the middle and just pray for the best. I love Coastal. It's a good map by search and destroy standards, and we're starting right out. A redemption story for Axiom. Does it begin here? Take us away, verdict. Oh, the verdict
Yes.
lies with you.
Yeah, the verdict is here, and right now, just based off of what we saw, the Axiom Gaming guilty of being hardpoint or hardpoint just bad at it. Let's just go ahead and say that they're bad at hardpoint. They're guilty 100%. Let's see if they can bounce back though. They're going to be on the first 6 rounds on the attack. And it does look like they're going to be baiting for a mid push. There it is. There's the hit on through to the objective. It's compromised. Prince going to be able to find the first blood. 800 switched out. Daniel there for the trades. Prince as well. Rock looking to go down quick. It is suddenly a 2v4 here for the boys in blue. Eclipse down, but can they make the comeback themselves here in this first round?
Can they make the comeback? 2v4. As steep a hill as any to climb. Chat did say this is the hill. This is the mode that Axiom will dominate. Dad trying to disprove that by claiming 1. The trades are
my
instant. He
God.
adds 2 for the tally. And this man is using a shorty to send his message. Coco does fall, making the task all that much harder. 1v2. Can he clutch it? Not impossible. We've seen it before, but not this time. No storybook ending for Daddy.
All right. There we go. What could have been an epic clutch never happened. 1 round in favor of Axiom, but in first round, we don't really try to judge based off of, what happens all in the first round. Things get a little crazy, a little chaotic. Did find out a little bit of intel about this Axiom squad. They love to bump through the middle of the map, and there's 3 pushing it quickly. Nade shot through. Luther shut down. Valerio on the back line. Smoke covering his line of sight. Daniel and Prince going to be outed, and Prince bites the bullet. Daniel, you peek and throw a shoulder, buddy. You're going to be eliminated. The middle wrap is coming through as well. Betacon going to be able to take down Coco, or Valerio. Daniel going to be able to take down Coco. Xavier now on the A long site. Going to have Dad there for the infantry. The bomb's down, 2v3 style.
I had to gag myself because that snipe was beautiful. Now the man going prone. This is Daddy. Nothing there for him this time. Xavier will try and say something on the Tundra. Mouth shut. Badicon responsible for that. Close out round 2. We start again. Responsibility to put down that bomb falls to Axiom, and so far they have made light work of it. Everybody predicted an easy S&D for Axiom. They're starting to prove that. 800 MS will go straight to the A site. Luther claims 2 for the price of 1 in one foul swoop with a VMP. Daniel will trade in, but will it amount to anything? Badicon holds to try and prevent a flank. Daniel still yet to put down the bomb, but Coco's waiting. Xavier didn't had his back turned.
Oh, you got to hit those.
Coco.
Oh, my. Whoa.
Machine pistol on Lotzi. Valerio will try and take aim, predictively so, towards the A site where the intent is there. As Daniel now picks up the scrap of the bomb. Pick up where we left off. He's left with Badicon to hold the line, and he did not check his corners. Captain Price will be sad about that. Check your corners. Dad now left to fend for himself, and Badicon
No way.
doesn't get the hit. Second chances. Coco cleans it out. Eclipse on the board.
Great bounce back there from Eclipse. They send 1 through the middle of the map. They prevent that, flush of players coming through. And that was what was so successful off the rip there for Axiom. Let's see how their strategy changes now as things a little bit different. They smash that mid lane. They get that compromise on towards the A site. And, they lay the rock down and it was rest is history. Right now, they're kind of stuck right in the middle of the map. Looking for that B side hit now. Is they're going to be able to funnel right through the middle. Similar concept just on towards the opposite side. Xavier reads it, peels back 1. Luther is going to be able to find another. The trade's finally coming through for Prince, but it's 2 for the price of 1. Dad's down. Bomb looking like it might be made over towards the site as Xavier does fall, but Luther on the trails maybe be able to make something happen. Here's a clock going to go from 120 to 43. It is a matter of moments. 2 players left standing here for this Axiom squad. Can they do the job versus 3?
He might. Valerio left. Coco
Oh, boy.
falls to 800 MS. Again, another ring around the roses game, and it will be down to the HSO to preach the Axiom gospel. 3 rounds for Axiom as we head into round number 5. They need 4 more to bring them and back and level the series. Breathe some life into that squad. Responsibility for bearing down the bomb falls to Prince, who's holding the bomb for Axium. They use a smoke and a wow collateral kill there from Lottie to Xavier. Nice pickings
The
there.
environmental perfect. I mean, that's just great coordination through the smokes, able to do it through Dad. Going to be able to see one Prince making the approach on through. Whoa, what the hell? Where's the trigger discipline at, Prince? Going to be able to live to see another few moments. Rather, Dad stuck on an island. They know someone's in the vicinity. They're going to try to sniff him out, and the timing could just not be worse. Prince able to snag one hit marker yet again. Oh, buddy, what were we doing? Maybe he was trying to swap to the pistol. Does get the hit marker, can't collect the kill. And all of a sudden, it's down to one. Axium Gaming exposing Eclipse here in this search and destroy. A very dominant opening first few rounds as we are getting geared up for the flip. A great damage through the middle of the map here for Axiom. Whether it's A or B, they have had their way for this Eclipse roster so far. When will Eclipse figure the things out here is maybe too late.
I know we said that Axiom was good at search and destroy, but holy shit. 800 MS still holding the bomb.
Buddy.
Dad tries to snap around the corner, retreats for the moment. 3 Axiom men hold steady. Badicon claims Luther. Nothing on the HSO from Daddy there. Still a 5-man stack from Axiom, threatening and lurking at the B site.
Dude.
They claim 2. Dad and Valeria fall to Prince and Daniel. Coco will trade in. Daniel added to the tally by Coco 2 for the price of 1. Switches to the machine pistol. Switching to your sidearm. Always faster than reloading. Xavier on the Tundra left alone to the nightmare world. You're the last one. Complete the bloody mission. He snaps on Lottie. Will he add another to the tally? Not impossible, but my goodness, I'm willing to have another child if he does. It's 800 MS and Badicon left. Both proper standard players. Badicon, the clutch player by any standard for Axiom. Xavier still waiting for any sort of movement, any sign where they are. Sneaky, sneaky man. Will you peek? Peek, boy!
Whoa.
Peek, Johnny boy! Now for the clutch! The guts! The glory! Not this time!
So close. 5-1. Clutch denied, rejected. And we are going towards the flip with Axiom running away with the lead. Only need 2 more rounds to buy us at least a game 4. Search or destroy. Absolutely cracked, bro. I mean, they have been just having their way with Eclipse here in this moment on the flip. We're getting geared up for a quick B hit. 800 MS gets a little bit of intel. The smoke's going to come through. Stun check on in. A little bit of antsy here. Here's the push. 800 doesn't like what he sees. Tries to back, but the nade's going to be able to take him down. The push through this site could be effective, but it's all on Badicon to make the moves. He's going to be forced to back down. The nade comes through for him. He's half health, now trying to reach in. Dad looking for the entry. Tip of the spear. Here comes the push. Oh! Shots landing. Fired. Valerio. Wall banged through the smoke. Not going to be able to hit down, and that's going to be Eclipse forced to back on through as the trades come through 1 for 1. As it's just a minute in. There's one player looking for the exit kills, and well, hello. Lotzi making his name known here in this one. He's going to be able to fire some shots on through. This could be the end of this push.
This will be the end. Hold your breath. Count it down. It's Dad still holding the bomb. Indecisive about where to go with this one. Luther will quickly try and slide through to try and avoid that snap, but Xavier, the counter sniper, claims 2 for the price of 1. Badicon and Lottie in 1 foul swoop. Now, Axiom on the retreat. Prince does level, claims Dad does one better, and now gives them the 1-man advantage. Xavier on the retreat, the man being pushed. He has to hold. At this point, I even forgot whose responsibility it was to put down the bomb. It's down to Eclipse. And Axiom are doing a proper job of terrorizing this man. They will go for the snap! Flank!
Don't.
Oh my
God! Dude! No way! That's illegal! That clip should not have happened. What are we doing, Axiom? Brother, there was 4 seconds on the clock. He didn't even have the bomb. Daniel snaking his way to the door. Prince is like, dude, I'll have a cup of that too, man. Takes one. to go. Xavier with the clutch in a gifted round. The tides have turned. Eclipse game and starting to fill it. Baticon going to be able to open up with the first blood nonetheless. The reality check's on through. It's still a 5-2 lead in favor of Axium, but oh my God, Eugene, what the hell did we just watch there in that last round?
If he named himself after who I think he did, then he truly is an X-Man. Xavier, the professor himself. Proper clutch for Eclipse there. To give them a second round, he'll start off with Baticon. As Dad still trying to find a direction to put that bomb down. Danielle holding by the B site. Xavier adds lots to the tally. This man! I want to stay on his perspective at this point, but
Okay,
Prince did get the flank!
Oh, yeah, baby. Bringing him down. Xavier dropped. Coco dropped. Dad. I mean, at this point, dude, you got to hit those shots. He might get sent back down to stepdad territory. Daniel going to be able to shut him down. No daddy here to clutch. We are on map point. We are about to be tied up. Look at this rear wrap. This is what I was talking about in our second game earlier. When you're able to get away with things like this is illegal too, dude. There's no way that somebody's not watching the backside. And it is given away for free. 200 IQ, and what a wrap indeed. What could be the last round now coming through. It's another B-side hit. A very one-dimensional push and standard out of Eclipse. Just throwing their lives towards this winery site. It has not proven to be successful but one time, and I'm going to be honest with you. It wasn't because they pushed B. It was just the fact that Xavier was at the right place at the right time, and Axiom were just absolutely clueless. Dad, looking to be the tip of the spear here on towards this objective. 800 MS, trying to shut it down.
Notice how Eclipse did commit a full push at the B side. They've paid for it quite literally with their lives. Baticon claims 2 for the price of 1. Only 2 Eclipse players left. And now 2 Axiom players left as Xavier, the X-Man himself, claims Baticon. Vital picking there as Luther now puts down the bomb. Doesn't even get a chance to finish the job. Prince now versus Xavier. He has Lotzi as the backup. 2v1. They're going to try and flank him and they finish the job. It's an Axiom win on the job to level the series. 1-1.
Xavier, buddy, I know you're not the one that can bend bullets, but you would have liked to have some help there from Magneto in that instance. Hit marker feels absolutely terrible, buddy. That is a bad way to go out. Hell of a search and destroy game for Axiom, if I don't say so. A few hiccups just in that one round. We'll take a look at some of the clutches that came through. Dad in the first almost had an opportunity to do so, but it was just pivotal gameplay. The search looked great from beginning to the end. I mean, when whoever came in chat and said Axiom are great and go to that search and destroy, they weren't lying. The snipers were clicking on all cylinders. Their shoddy mains were absolutely giving them the business. It was just overall a great collective effort. That is one of the very few kills that Dad got in shotgun territory, if I'll say so. If you're going to be an entry player in a game like this with a broken HSO like that, you've got to be able to add a lot more value onto that B objective. Obviously, would have liked to have that last round a little differently, but just kudos and shout out to Axiom. They played that coastal from beginning to end pretty damn flawless.
Well, I can count myself a lot closer to the $100 than you are at this point because I got my prediction right. Oh, Axiom did take SND.
We'll say, hey, it's not over with yet. We still got to bounce into that control game, my guy.
Yes, we are closer to the control game now. This is a dicey one. Control, a baby between S and D in terms of the lives, the limited life count, and Hardpoint in terms of the objective itself, which is capping specific points. Now, based on what you saw on Hardpoint, where do you think this is going to fall?
Yeah, objectives clearly not the best Axiom game. Obviously, game mode's not looking great. What I will say is the snipers look great. You look at that post-action report, 14 kills for Prince. I mean, if that's going to be telling of anything, a sniper main playing on a map like Crossfire is chef's kiss. I'm expecting him to drop at least, if it's going to be a 5-round control, I need at least 30 out of him. At least 30. That is going to be pivotal to their success. Having a player like Prince going ham. Now, everyone else, I don't know. It's a toss up. The Hardpoint was ugly. I get it, but Axiom is one of those maps where if you're not trial and tribute to playing that map from beginning to end in greatness, you're gonna get shit on. I mean, that's just the story about it. I mean, it's just one of those maps that'll expose bad hardpoint teams. And if you can't get your SMGs in the right places at the right time, your AR's not doing a great job of doing that. There's going to be some, dysfunctionality that has to come up. So they got exposed in the hardpoint. We saw that. Axium, not their best map, made it through the map pool nonetheless. Coastal, I'm assuming, was their map because they look flawless. Like they look damn good.
Yes.
Right. So the control has to be from beginning to end, like a start for the snipers to come through. They have to piece off the rip. I don't need to see more than one. Prince is just enough.
I'm wincing, and I took my glasses off because it was at the point you reminded me that we're going into Crossfire.
Yeah.
For
That's all I heard out of it, chat. I give one of my better analysis. I maybe broke down towards the end, but he heard Crossfire. I was like, forget that, bro. I don't want to play this. Oh my God. Here it is, from menacing to downright terrible combination.
Welcome to Crossfire.
Crossfire. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
I don't know how to introduce it any more than that. Welcome to it.
Jeez. Okay. Guys, this is it. Someone vetoed this. This won the map veto. And we're on Crossfire for control. Responsibility for capping the points will fall to the beginning. It's Eclipse. Charged with picking the points. First blood falls to Xavier, who claims Badicon. As the life counts start falling. The charge at the A site. Ring around of roses. A bit chaotic. But 800 MS twitching like a crackhead. Trying to look for any yellow body in sight. Going spray and pray through the wall, but meets nothing. Luther falls. As now the life counts, 25 to 22 is where we stand. And the B site has now been quarter-way locked.
It is. They've given away the keys to success over towards that B site. One player is going to be dealt with. Make it 2. See it blue now feeding us for the kill feeds. Daniel rocking the Odin. Trying to get a little bit of a spawn trap going, but yet again, they have just gave away this B site for free. There are 4 players in the vicinity. This should be a quick cap. Second tick coming through. Things are starting to fly with 2 players on the objective. And well, with Badicon being the sniper here in this instant, he hasn't really been shown on screen, but he has been putting in work. 6 to be exact. 2 minutes now on the clock. B's going to be capped, the harder of the objective. And Jesus Christ, there's Xavier dancing circles around Prince, right? In that instance, my God. My guy. Whoa! What the hell?
Yeah.
Yo, someone get a trade.
That man is sniping. That man is sniping.
He's a demon. What a freak.
I mean, 12 lives to 12. This is pretty neck and neck. Compared to what we saw on Hardpoint, the slayage on this mode seems to be at an even standpoint. Meanwhile, on the objective, A site halfway locked. Can they steal this away, the Eclipse players? They're going to try, sure as heck going to try. Prince claims Luther. The trade is instant. Daniello claims Valerio. And now in search and destroy territory. And fast, no more second chances. First to die, not coming back. And it's the Axium players losing 1. It's locked in falls.
Oh boy.
He's not coming back. He's not
no,
coming
there's
back.
no coming back from that. Once you get a wipe, there's just so much ground you got to cover in order to get to a contest. And well, it just happened that Eclipse were coming off a butter respawn. They get quicker access. Dad wins his gunnies, puts on for the squad as the first round. It is, I mean, not really a heavy slaying differential, and we're pretty much closed on through. Dad trying to increase those odds, able to pop the op. Xavier as well. He is pretty much put on a masterclass in the sniper department. Right now, he's trying to do the same deal on the flip side, but he's going to get shut down. Nothing to show for it. Dad is into your spawn. Somebody has to answer back. 27v27, and man, Dad's just having his way with you.
Good use of the Annihilator. That's exactly how you want to use your operator skill. Collect as much as you can, especially in a mode like this one. That operator skill will come in clutch heavily if you can make proper use of it. And that's the man who's baffling us all. This man is sniping on this mode with Xavier. Still collecting. The Brutus device has connected us successfully. He just keeps picking. And then Equalizer will come and do the job for Valerio. This time, Eclipse, take note, have been charged with defense. Axium have only halfway locked the A site. They choose arguably a harder site because A on this map is somehow much harder. They go and commit to the numbers to that side Meanwhile, take a look at the life count. They have taken A, given themselves an extra minute lifeline. 17 to 16 lives. Even Stevens on control. Where we stand, Coco still trying to keep the Wolves at bay near the B site. He retreats for the moment, but that might be a mistake because his third sense did lead him to believe he'd been flanked, and that was correct. Coco still holding the line.
Coco's still holding the line, but kills are on the outskirts, and in the end, the Coco's going to drop. Trophies down at the ready. Prince looking to put you away too. Claw not going to be able to find anything just yet, but the Death Machine's going to be able to shut him down. Operator for operator. Luther now trying to put the gas pedal down, trying to push them right back to where they belong. Into the spawn. Daniel's going to be able to get shut down, but it's Prince with a nade shot. 9v8, a tick of progress collected, 1:30 on the clock. If you're Axiom, just slow down the push. Instead, Batacon's looking to push the agenda, is going to be able to have Xavier on the approach, but is not going to be able to get the kill, and that's going to bite him in the rear. We are down to 4, 800 MS, trying to make something happen as well.
No, I know what you're going to say, and you should have just said it. Commit to the end. 7-1. 7 lives to 1 is where we stand. And Luther left to fend off the B site, and Axiom will eventually meet the objective to level this control round. And I did say this was going to be the game. This was going to be the game that was going to keep us here. Axiom versus Eclipse just had the feeling of, yeah, we're going to be here for a while, back and forth, and it's just showing here as we get into this third round of control. The role now trades back to where it started. Eclipse have to cap a point, and it doesn't start in their favor as Xavier falls hard at the A site.
Something a little different here in this third round. You notice that B got captured rather quickly. It's a lot harder to get to that B site, so seeing this approach is massive. Batacon coming through. Complete baddie of a shot there. Forcing the spawns in towards the middle of the map. Doesn't realize it is going to get his wig split, so 2 ticks now going to be solidified. 59 seconds is the time. Much, but 3 is as much as he can get off of it. A is going to be completely captured in a funnel for Lotzi, who's going to be able to find 2. Trying to hold off this push, but Xavier just trying to put in God's work now as he does pop what is one of the better operators we've seen in this.
Doing the Lord's work, Xavier still on this mode. 800 MS will do the same for Axiom. Right now, they're suffering losses in the numbers, but they've leveled things. 11 to 10, spoke too soon. It's still Eclipse yet to put a pinky toe on the B side. They might not need to. They're trying to commit towards the gunfights themselves. There's no Eclipse player headed towards B right now. They're just going long on the gunfights. Vadicon will spoil the party with a sniper for himself. 8 to 8 lives is where we stand. Fast approaching again, S&D territory. I sound like a broken clock. And that's rightfully so, because that's exactly where we're going. 8 to 5. The dominoes falling for Eclipse.
Yes.
This is not good for them.
No, it's not. This is a good defensive hold. All 5 operators still in the pockets of the players over at Axiom 2. So great discipline, not wasting anything. 2v6 to be exact. In the claws we go. Valerio, put him on skates. He's the last player left standing here for this Eclipse roster, and he is going to get shut down. All 5 ops still available. This could be the last round, and I don't mean to toot my own horn here, but if you're this close to putting the team away, you've got to do it here. Let's see what they do here in this opener. What could be the last control round? Axiom might be able to pull a fast one here on Eclipse.
Do not believe it. We live in a universe where we could have made the right bet that Axiom have a chance in taking this series. I do not believe this. They have a current lead in this control series, 27 to 25. They win this, they take it and take the lead in the series overall. Oh, and now the equalizer. Valerio trying to build momentum for his guys. He'll take a few, but that onslaught has been stopped in its tracks. Vadicon will add to the tally, dropping in raining hell on Luther with a pred. Sparrow comes into play. That falls to Lotzi. Predator missile. No, that's not a pred, but operator skills and operator skills and score streaks coming into play a lot here towards this end. 19 to 18 is where we stand again. The life counts have been so neck and neck for each and every round. No complete walkover, no complete pushover, nobody lying down and taking a beating. Now Eclipse trying to find their way back and keep themselves in this fight. 17 lives to 15. So far, the objective has been met on the A site. It's been fully taken. Axium, leave it to be. The lifeline in time is there. Will they commit? I don't think so. Look at them. They're huddled up. They're huddled up next to where A was. Just going straight to the long gunfight. Lottie will add to Valerio. Luther trades in almost immediately. And now, verdict. Lottie, hot pursuit. That he wins. The trades are instant.
Daniel? Oh, Daniel, don't sell this. Oh!
Sold to the highest bid there.
Wow! Gets killed by a trophy, and it's a Eclipse clutch coming through. Xavier with the collateral, man, is an absolute demon. However, doesn't have streaks to work with, chat. That's right. That's a UAV, and that's a RCXD. And I may have been fooled at the beginning of the beginning of the round. I said that they were all operators, but that is a bug. There ain't nothing bugging about Xavier's shots, though. He's come to play. Lotzi now trying to put this one away. Halfway done is the work, is the job. Valerio trying to shut him down, tags him up. Not able to bag him nonetheless. He's still going to be able to collect some time. Able to find one. It's down to a 4v4. 52 seconds, making it 3v4. Xavier making it rain. Hellfire with this war machine. Able to find two. Shut down.
Jesus, how is it down to a 2v2? This, with an equalizer in hand, this is 800 MS. Spray and pray, my buddy. Spray and pray.
Oh!
And he wins it. Daddy is daddy no more. Going long on the equalizer. Coco trades in 1v1 on the Tundra. To go long. Tundra versus Tundra.
There's no way. Where are the comms? Where are the comms? There's no way you're looking behind you, man. No. Last known location, right at the bottom side of the broken corner building. What was supposed to be a round win in favor of Axium leads us to overtime. OT. First two bloods coming through in blue. Prince starting to rack it up now. A minute and 15 on the clock. Nobody popping the hill for the time being, but it's big plethora of kills in blue yet again. Still, they are looking for the success on towards this B site. It is much harder to get in the late game. They said, well, just go ahead and take it here early.
At this point, let's just call this this final round, this 5th round of control, put the fries in the bag, because the team that loses it will be putting those fries in the bag. The Sparrow from Coco. Spray going long, giving them the lifeline to halfway lock the B site. They fully commit. They need the lifeline, an extra minute, a valuable minute, valuable time. And they do try and divide and conquer, because someone is at the A site doing the same to try and quarter-way lock. This is desperate moves, desperate times by the Eclipse side. Going melee on the Coco! Will he lock it down? Will they? They're about to, but it's being cleaned out. They've been fully cleaned out of the B site. But both points are halfway locked. They might, this divide and conquer they tried to pull off might actually work off in their favor. Because A, if they can commit, it's Badicon who cleans it out, but that before the A site was fully taken. Now with 1 minute extra, they have nothing but time, but the life count dwindling if they can steal this away at the B site.
With 1 tick needed to be collected, a minute and 50, plenty of time to do it. Dad looking to clear it out, has the ante. Not been successful on collecting any of the shots. Valerio, though, doing God's work. Luther Season looking to put it away. He's got the death machine at the helm, and they are forced to backpack. They are inside this deli. Surely enough, Luther Season falls. Dad drops. Operators getting wasted after wasted. Now it's all up to Valerio. Last chance effort. Ace going to be able to find one. No! Spots a second, too. This could be it. The floods open wide. No. 800 inside the bus, shutting them down. And be able to find two with it. Now it's a call for Prince to shut it down. Still collecting time.
Verdict. This is going to be a painful loss for Eclipse. They had it in their hands. But man, they still do.
It's not done yet. Oh, it might be done. Okay, yeah.
It might be done. But Luther says no! Access denied. 3v4. Somehow they're staying alive. They have 1 minute. They have to be clinical. Every choice has to be meticulous. No room for error at this point, but it starts off with claiming one man. Lotzi has a death machine in hand, so surely Eclipse not willing to risk exposing themselves, but they're waiting for the first Axiom player to try and do the same. The clock running down on Eclipse. They need to head out. They need to expose themselves more than Axiom do. Death machine worn down.
Yes, that was a waste. Timing could not have been worse there. Lotzi pops that, and there's still a minute on the clock, and nobody is showing their face. They know what's going on, right? And it's all about who's going to make the wrong move first here. Lotzi making a mistake, burning that operator. It did burn a little bit of the clock, but there is still plenty of time for this hit to come through. They only need one tick of progress. Xavier, now with a last-ditch effort himself, going to try and get something collected after it. Betacon, going to be able to find one. This is the end of the line, chat. They have done it. My mark in the time here for the African Giants event. My first prediction coming through in fruition. We've got ourselves a guaranteed game 4 and possibly a game 5 if we see this one go the way it does go. The Hardpoints have gone in favor of Eclipse by a large margin, but that crossfire control going in favor of Axiom was everything. 3-2 victory. I was on the edge of my seat the entire time. And I'm amped, dude. We've got a game 4. We may not even see a game 5, but based off of what we saw in the Hardpoints earlier, I'm banking on seeing a Tunisia here.
I do not believe it. Your bet might be right. You gambled on Axiom, and that actually has paid off. For the first time, Axiom have taken the lead in the entire series. They lost in a dismal manner on Hardpoint. They took back their glory on Search and Destroy and leveled the series, and then some, because now, by the numbers, 800 MS MVP impact player for Axiom, who's dragged his men to a control win. 2-1 is where we stand. They have a chance to do something absolutely insane on the next Hardpoint game. I don't believe it. I mean, surely you can build off this momentum. There's belief in these players now. There's belief in these players. Sure, we started off badly. It was a bad day at the office, but we can. Yes, we can. Yes, we can.
Hey, sometimes it's the luck of the draw on the best of 5. The maps roll differently, especially when you have such great sniper talent. I thought Prince was going to be the one to do it. No, it was Betacon, man. It was, baddie days coming through with a 36 bomb in that one, putting his foot down, chat. We've got ourselves a game 4, potentially a game 5 if Eclipse can play their cards right. And based off of that, I'm assuming that Tunisia map selection is theirs. But based off of what we saw in the Coastal, which both of them play quite similar to each other, I would anticipate that one might be swinging the way of Axiom as well, too. So you've got to win this one. Obviously, it's not done yet. You've got to win this one. You still got to play it. Just another day at the office, as you mentioned earlier. Eclipse down, not out, certainly. They must win this Hardpoint, though, to get that game 5.
Honestly, at this point, I need to put my ego aside. And fast, because
you just got to enjoy it, man. I'm here for the roller coaster, bud.
Yeah. No, right now I'm being forced to think critically, because what's the next map again?
Talk, baby. And then Tunisia for map 5, if we get there.
Oh my God, it's Apocalypse. P1 again, always exposed. The Money Hill, P2, there it is. The Money Hill, whoever gets there first might take, whoever gets to a majority of our group wins this game. And who's going out first? Time chooses to go straight for the Money Hill to try and give them an advantage on the spawns, to give them spawns. But that might be too early to call, because we're starting off, if you're just joining us, on this round of Hardpoint. And no, it's not the first game of this series. It's the 4th. Because now, for the first time, Axiom are leading against Eclipse Gaming. Eclipse trying to find their way into this. They've taken the lead in this Hardpoint game. Axiom building off the momentum they've had so far off that win. 16-7 is where we stand. As now we draw down on P1. Final 15 seconds. We'll rotate again. Now to P2. The Money Hill and waiting, it's Xavier.
He's bunkering it down. I mean, this Eclipse team knows the recipe for success. They knew it in Hacienda. And just like in Hacienda, P2 here in Apocalypse, the biggest money hills of all of Call of Duty. That's right. It's even thrown up there as the P3 in Raid. You know, the garage lockdown is pretty damn hard to break. Eclipse making their name known here into the Hardpoint objectives. The money hills have been theirs. They've got a solid lockdown, big temple presence, as well as 3 players stacking the objective. There has been no signs of weakness. Time, big gunny on the outskirts, able to hold it down. The spawn's theirs for the taking. There's nobody there on the cliff, which could be a problem, but Dad showing a lot of love towards it as well. The hot pop, not good timing for him, but again, when you've got 2 players on the objective, 3 players on the objective at times, it's relatively easy to get those trades.
20 seconds left in the money hill here, and who has capitalized? Eclipse, who've stayed in there for a majority of the time, keeping a chokehold on that very vital hill, extending their way to what is looking like 80 points thus far. Yes, it will be as we rotate to now P3, a very, very claustrophobic hill, but still, I don't understand how a hill can be so small but have so many entry points. So too many ingress points that Time now trying to get there early and hold on his own. Will try and fire from all cylinders and then some, but Axium break through. Coco will hold the Sparrow, keep the Wolves at bay for the moment, but it's still going to be a very shifty, very dicey hill. Xavier with a War Machine to try and keep things steady, and he does, almost killing himself in the process, but still does well to keep every single Axiom player out of the hill. As finally they hit 100.
That flak jacket buff going crazy, bro. There have been 2 or 3 times where I would have just absolutely off myself. Nonetheless, flak jacket savior. If you're gonna run War Machine, it is a combo wombo of a hell of a way to run it. Flak jacket is what you need to run if you're running your rank class with War Machine, ladies and gentlemen. P3, not just like P1 and P2. It's a lockdown here for Eclipse. They know everything about this map, it seems. Right now, the map control going to be flipped in the head. It's going to be Axiom trying to make something of it. We'll see if they can continue to hold on to as Turtle's about to be open up for business. Time looking to spoil as he does find his way through the middle of the shack. Able to find 2 is traded out. Lottie going to be able to find 1 with the wall bang, but is immediately traded out. Operators looking burned through. And just like that, Eclipse able to swoop on in. And before the hill can even really progress, they're already there.
128, 130 on 16 points. Axiom now completely struggling in this hardpoint game. No signs of life. They've not built off the momentum, and clearly exactly what was showing in the first hardpoint game, showing in exactly this game as well. Struggle. They're struggling to find their way in, break into each and every hill, have to work for it, and Eclipse are not letting up either. They're punishing them at every corner, frustrating on the respawns, and now we're rotating to the hill that started it off. The hill that started it off, and now the scoreline. 150 is where we find ourselves as we push on these hills for a second rotation.
Yeah, it's an ugly one for sure. Eclipse running the tables, running their pockets, looking to get the redemption from that crossfire control. 800 MS trying to make something happen there with the equalizers, not able to get some kills off of it, but it is Lottie coming through with the Barrow to save the day, able to find 2-piece with it. An interesting way to start off this second set of hills. Obviously you're down, but I mean, you're getting just tossed into this oblivion in the hard points to start off. You just can't start off 100 points in the hole, you know, against a team like Eclipse. They're going to make you pay for it. Now, as we get geared up for that P2 rotation, 30 seconds left to go here in the P1. It's a great presence, but it's already a split spawn. I mean, God. I mean, you're spawning gold, but you got 1 player in Temple. Thankfully, does not stay there, is forced to play the objective. But when you have a 100-point lead, I mean, I say it doesn't require all hands on deck on P1.
No, it does not. No, it does not. At this point, especially knowing exactly how hard it is to break into P2, I think priority at that point is to rotate early. You don't need all hands on deck, like you said. This time it plots, he still left the scraps of P1 as we now draw down and activate on P2. I see all yellow on that side. The blues, this time Eclipse, have fallen behind on the rotations. 800 MS, and Badicon will hold the ingress point. Valerio will try and break through by taking down Badekon. One ingress point left, unguarded. Lotzi holds the death machine to spray and pray. And spray and pray he will. Still holding steady. It's Neil, still Valerio, who tries to steal his way into that point and successfully does so. How? How did that man do that? And now the Tempest to add to the tally. Run things from bad to worse. For a moment, Axium could have brought this back and minimized the damage, mitigated disaster without Hill, but they've let go. They have put their foot off the gas, and now Dad is holding 2 score streaks unused, and then some, still spraying and spraying for the final 5 seconds as Eclipse closing in on 200 and only 50 points away from GG's.
Only 50 points away from GG's indeed, but that is where it ends. Game 5 looking like it might be a guarantee. Search and Destroy powers coming to in effect there for Axium. They took the first one rather convincingly. Right now, this one's still not done. P3 stilts. A lockdown for the side of Eclipse earlier on. This is getting a bit mixy, though. Full wipe as everyone's coming off the respawns. They've got stilts locked down. Axiom looking to push the agenda. Able to find a few gunfights initially, but it's a Sea of Blue that's just going to continue to feed Eclipse back onto the objective. In the break, right back into it now as things are getting crazy. A Berserker going through for Xavier, who has pretty much been the MVP of this team from beginning to end. So far, so good for them. They've won the hard points. This one, asterisk aside, I think might be in the bag for them.
Might be, because 10 seconds left as we go to the final hill, and how poetic it will be if that is the hill that closes this series out, or this particular game of Hardpoint out rather. 5 seconds left. Who's early to rotate? Look at the minimap. Who gets there first? I'm seeing all Axiom players heading there first, as now Eclipse trying to break through as we activate. Yes, it is Axiom in the hill to get themselves to the 100-point mark at least. That does dispatch. Okay, I don't even know who he did away with, but it is still Axiom in the hill. Lotzi still spraying and praying, hidden behind that boulder. Time with the death machine to now try and close things out, because Eclipse have realized they're in dire territory here. They just need to now focus and lock in for Search and Destroy, which will clearly be the closer, confirmed as the series levels to 250 to 104, a win on Hardpoint for Eclipse Gaming. We're level again.
Yeah, I mean, a much better approach there for Axiom, but results still. Eclipse taking the W, buying us a game 5, ladies and gentlemen. We hadn't seen a game 4 all throughout the African Giants event so far. And the day that I get to cast is the day that we get a game 5. Tunisia Search and Destroy, going to be the deciding factor in who is going to remain in the upper bracket and who's going to be heading down to that losers, that lower bracket, that Gulag series. You know, the last chance to stay alive. Yeah, you get a second one here. It's a double elim bracket. We'll take a look at the post-action report. Of course, Eclipse win. Dad goes 40-19 with a minute and 40 on the clock. He's back to daddy status, chat. He 100% brought the A game. Is it going to be enough? They bought themselves the game 5, Eugene. Is that where it ends?
I'm just looking at Daddy's dreaded 40 bomb. I mean, the dreaded 40 bomb finally dropped somewhere. I was wondering when we'd see that. Someone dropping a 40 bomb. Okay. Now S&D, based on what we saw on that Axiom win, I'm happy for Eclipse to have leveled the series, but I am dreading if they play their S&D the same way they played it before. Wow, they might have extended this just to see themselves get a beating. That first S&D from them was dismal. It was bad. And I'm seeing, apparently it's common knowledge, not to me, that Hardpoint was the weaker mode for Axiom. And that's the mode, that's what chat said. They didn't use those words. They were less kind than I was. It was a bit more crude, but they said, Axiom do need to reevaluate their Hardpoint game. It's really bad. That's a given. We've seen it, and both results tell the story. Hardpoint is bad for Axiom. Something needs to be done there. But there's Control and S&D have been stellar. And if they play the same, this is a heist. This is a heist that they'll just complete right now. They have a chance to complete a heist. I'm in awe. Verdict. I'm actually surprised. I mean, I thought it was going to be close, but 3-1, close, but this all the way. Jesus.
I mean, hey, if you had to do it all over again, I'm sure that you would have tripled down and taken Eclipse game. And one thing that I will say is, if you're going to play Crossfire, you got to figure out a way to put these games away and do it, earlier. If you play against a team that is this strong in Search and Destroy, though, it's a general rule. Just go ahead and ban that's Crossfire, because the sniper powers. I mean, obviously, saw Baticon just absolutely ran through them. 36 bomb there in the Control through 5 rounds. That's what I wanted out of the sniper for Axiom. I thought it was going to be Prince. I was wrong. Nonetheless, the job gets done either way. So if you're looking at the best of 5 and you're looking at your vetoes, I mean, not only veto, Crossfire because it's a bad map, but because, it allows snipers to flourish against you. And when you don't have anything in retaliation, obviously they did, but it just wasn't enough. Xavier was a god dang menace, bro, on that map. He was hitting them point blank. He was hitting them at a distance. He was dancing on them like just a literal dog of all dogs. Just not enough to get the job done. On the flip side of things, I mean, you could have realistically won that in 4 if you're Axiom. So if you go back and rewatch the VOD, you'll see there's just one miscommunication at the end, or maybe just not. I mean, you weren't even paying attention. Like, your homie dies right in front of that broken building on the corner building. You're not looking behind you for a kill, right? You're out in the wide open. You need to be looking in front. That was easy as it gets. Now, do you clutch it and hit the shots? I mean, at least you have a shot at it, but you could have won that in 4 easily.
Yep. I am just going to highlight this particular comment. Axiom to win it in game 5, they always love a stressful ending. Yes, they're fans of BDSM. They really like their BDSM because this is as stressful and as an ending as you'll get. Down to the wire. And of all things, S&D. It has to be S&D. We start off again. Eclipse versus Axiom. 2 rounds have gone the way of Eclipse. Wait, what? Did I miss a meeting?
No. That's
cool.
just the map count.
Okay. 2 rounds. Okay. Well, that's the 2 rounds have not. Okay, I read the wrong thing. We've just started.
Oh god, good curveball here. Yeah, we just started. Whew. It's all good.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we just started. This is the first round. The responsibility to put down the bomb falls to Eclipse Gaming. It's Coco holding it steady. I was reading the scoreline. It's 2-2 in the series. Axiom, of course, not in a hurry. Eclipse looking to prioritize the B site. They commit, but they're very slow in their movement, very measured in their movement. Look at this. As compared to the previous S&D, they were not all guns blazing. They're not all guns blazing right now. They're very slow, very steady, regardless of the fact that they're the ones putting down the bomb.
They have a good base default. The defense does. Axiom 2-1-2 split. Now the motion over towards the A side is the cavalry's coming through. That's going to be that loner player that's going to be playing on the route. Big opener there for Lotzi, but it's Valerio able to shut down another. Prince with a 2-piece. And this could be the end of the first round. Down to Dad, who is in no man's land. 1v4 up for grabs. Bombs out of sight, out of mind. First encounter, Prince shutting them down. First round through with 15 seconds left to go. A dominant start there for Axiom.
Wow. Okay. How poetic was it that the first person to go down, first blood, was the bomb holder, Coco. And Dad now holding the bomb. That might be a game of hot potato. Just who gets to hold that thing? Daniel goes for the nade. And get a Kobe. Will spray at the same time with the Odin Divine. That automaton trying to find a target to hit. Nothing so far. But the full stack of the Eclipse flares will commit to the B side to try and flank early, but they fall instead!
Woo! Bloody Xavier. Last man standing here Eclipse getting shut down. Back-to-back rounds here. Dominant one. Okay, can't hit the shots this time. Daniel putting on 2-0 lead. Eclipse getting bodied off the rip. Axium putting their feet in the dirt off the rip. I love to see it. I thought this was going to be a recipe for disaster. You have a 5-man hit over towards the B site. There's 2 players there, and they stand 10 toes deep each. Massive opening rounds here for Axium.
No verdict. That we get the plan that they had. That fell apart so fast. Trades start instantly on this 3rd round. Coco falls first. Valerio trades in 4v4. Time left to plant the bomb for Eclipse, but he has no time on his side. Dad does take Daniel. Make it a 3v4. Eclipse now with the superior numbers. Can they capitalize though? That's the question. Time on his side. Dad, back him up as the bomb goes down, but Badicon... Come on, Badicon caught him as he was putting down the bomb. Dad will trade in. Lottie takes a free haircut towards the counter sniper, Xavier. Xavier receives a free haircut for his troubles. Dad will take in 800 MS. And now, Lottie with the Nightmare Wells, you're the last one. Complete the mission as the bomb finally goes down 1v2. Can he clutch this out? 40 seconds, we'll get that answer.
Players retreating back towards the defensive base. Dad holding down the position up top. Not giving him an inch. We'll see if he can collect the souls here of Lotzi, or will it be a 1v2 clutch? No, Dad shutting it down. Might have sold that round to begin with, as he allowed someone through that back corridor. Nonetheless, puts on for the squad when it's needed. Picks up the last 2 kills. Dad, 4 to his name. Anchoring here for the squad of Eclipse. And a round being struck now in yellow. Eclipse Gaming on the board.
In this game is hot potato. It is Dad holding the hot potato. Lotzi will take aim, predictively so, at the site. They think they'll come through, and they might have, as they try to stack the same smoke. They'll try to fire through. Time and Xavier do meet their targets. 800 MS will get his. A round of roses, the Tannin band, but Time wins the gunfight. Danielle retreats for the moment. He's the only one left and doesn't get a chance to think his options through. As we're level, Eclipse will not go quietly into the night. They will not go down without a fight. They want to live on. 2-2. Not just in the series, but in the game as well.
Yes. Hey, maybe a little bit of premeditation there, or premonition. All right, the default not working. 3-man stack in this A site. They are buckling up. Here comes the hit. Smoke on through. Nothing to show for it. Lotzi gonna get a little antsy with it through the smoke. Able to find one. No! Shut down. Coco, Valerio, gun skilled, unmatched. It's all down to 800. Able to find one. Gets the pistol win. Finds a 2-piece. Xavier there for the trade, but the damage done. Down to 1 is Daniel, but he's gonna get caught out. Coco putting in God's work. Lead swing right in favor of the hometown team. Eclipse showing up when it matters the most.
Defend the objective. The enemy has the bomb.
Good grief. Okay. Eclipse clearly have something to say, and they're saying it. They're saying it. Still Dad holding the hot potato. Can he cook it this time? He's all alone, committing towards the B side. Xavier chooses the mid side to commit to. Valerio does fall. He went for A. Prince responsible for that. 4v5 now. He'll try and go for the flank. Danielle falls. Now in East, even Stevens. Dad has time on his side to put down the bomb. Meanwhile, Badicon trying to sabotage that effort. Goes for the corner nade. Coco's hurt. He knows that man is there. Machine pistol finishes the job. Time. Now frantic efforts to try and beat up Badicon. 4v3. Prince takes time. None left on his side. Dad falls. Bomb planter. But now to play for time, it's Xavier left against a 4-stacked Axium team with no response. And good grief, of course it's 3-3. I mean...
Yes. How poetic, right? I mean, this is starting to get a bit romantic, if I don't say so. This one's Shakespeare on our hands, ladies and gentlemen. We've got our masterclass tied at the split The flip coming through. Baticon and team looking for a quick buckle up hit towards that winery. And the bomb's being carried over towards. It's a little bit of a default split too on the defending side. Xavier able to open up the first blood. Almost gets a second too as he is starting to get heated up. And that's going to force Baticon down. And then 8-shot might land and prove fruitful. Nonetheless, it does not. Looking for the wall bangs to go along with it. 800 is half health, but he's going to be able to retreat and recover.
Baticon still holding the bomb right now. They've only lost one man. Meanwhile, Eclipse fully stacked. Axium now with an enviable role to put down the bomb. They had an easier side defending and they managed to level things. Can they do the same now on the terrorist role? This is Xavier trying to take aim. Do not peek, Johnny boy. Do not peek. Don't peek on me. Lotzi still trying to dare them to do the same on either end. Sniper versus counter sniper and both snaps from Dad and Xavier at the same time, claiming Baticon and Lotzi in one foul swoop. Another Axiom player falls, but that wouldn't matter because Daniello now is the player that matters. He's the one who heard the nightmare words. Nightmare words against a fully stacked Eclipse player team. They have not lost a single man. And he has to fight them all and win with only 20 seconds left. It will not happen, of course, as Valerio shuts that down and fast. Look at this. Look at this again. This double snap from both Dad and Xavier at the same time. SWAT level precision.
We got the bomb.
Axiom now a little shaky after that first round. Looks like they're going to buckle up for a B-side hit. A-side not fruitful. Daniel, last player standing, not able to get the clutch up. Not a man single drop. Valerio in the corner. Can you get the kill? Hello, Prince. Oh, what the hell? That's an egregious push. You're literally one shot, bud. Valerio able to open up with another two, and just like that, Axiom backs against the wall here in this fourth round, or this second round on the attack. Daniel's going to get dropped too as well. Eclipse might have gotten slayed out in that first search and destroy, but Tunisia seems to be a lot better of a map selection for them. Down to a 2v5. We haven't gotten a single kill out of Axiom since we flipped, and it doesn't look like it's going to change here.
Baticon holding the bomb for Axiom, and he is in a dicey position because they're forcing him to just guess where the yellow bodies are at after he took down 3 of his teammates. And he doesn't get the chance. They put him out of his misery. It's like putting down Lassie. As Lotzi falls, it's Xavier who takes him down last to extend Eclipse's lead by 2 rounds. 5-3.
Yeah.
5-3.
They're looking to put this one away. I just no answer for Axiom. A denied, B denied. We'll play it maybe just a little less aggressive and hope it pans out. You're sinking 3 inside a top winery. I don't think that's the call either. We'll see if it pans out. A lot of lethals, a lot of utilities being thrown on through. Smoke's going to clear the path. Prince able to find one time. In exchange, 2. 1 for 1 we go. Inside we go. It's Xavier, who's starting to heat up yet again. Able to put a 2-piece on for the team. Baticon, the last player left standing. He's a one-man army and a wrecking crew himself. 1v3 up for grabs as Valerio does get dropped. Dad and Xavier left alive here. Will they be able to deny the clutch? The bomb's in Baticon hand. Will he take the rock and play for the B approach, or will he just try to brute force this one?
Might not have a choice because he still has to put down the bomb. Either way, or him right now, maybe retreat and keep them guessing. Give yourself some a bit of a lifeline to put down that bomb at least. It's still Baticon trying to hold, and he chooses to commit towards the A site and doesn't get a chance, but they do make him regret it.
Ready up.
Point. No answer here on the flip. We were split. Dead even tied 3-3.
Destroy the objective.
Nothing to show for it here on the attacking side. Nonetheless, this is it. Let's see what Eclipse can do to shut it down. Axiom, you got to find one to keep this one extended. Trophies out at the ready. Daniel waiting for the push. Time. Gets a perfect stun. Collects one. Not able to get the second. 800 MS there for the trade.
They had it in their hands. Axiom had it in their hands. This might be the most painful way to lose. Is the trades are instant. It's 3v3. The bomb is not down yet. 800 MS will hold it. Will he commit towards the A site? Yes, he will. Xavier, will he make him regret it? He'll surely try. He's the only one who's left to hold the A site. The rest of the two Eclipse players commit towards B. Wrong guess, as now Xavier's down. They have room to plant. Dad trying to circle back. Carefully. Taking aim carefully. Whoopie. Coco trying to go along on the BMP. Ambitious on his part. He's forced to retreat. He's hurt. He sneezes. He's dead. Dad on the Tundra. Also being forced to retreat. Cover fire. Relentless. As now they're playing for time. 27 seconds. Verdict. This might be it. If they can clutch this, if they can clutch this out, but it's not looking that it's going to go that way. Dad takes Prince.
Dad.
Coco does.
Oh my God, what are we doing? Dad, 1v3 clutch. Dad, 11 kills to his name. Gonna go ahead and try to hop the bomb. What are we doing? 800. Trolls don't fail, buddy. That is it. 7-3, the ninja. Oh, brother. Dad, cojones. The balls. My God. The guts. What a way to close that one out. Eclipse. They might have got snatched up earlier in the coastal, but holy hell, a 7-3 photo finish there at the ending. 1v3 clutch, buddy. What are we doing, 800?
I'm sorry. What the hell was that? What the hell was that? What the hell was that? No, seriously. What the hell was? What the hell? What?
Buddy, 800. Like, come on, dude.
I mean,
he's gonna have to call 800 number later on the night to forget about all this. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that.
No, he
Jesus
actually might
Christ.
be. He actually might be on the 800 MS because what was that reaction time? What was that indecisiveness? What?
I mean, there's like just no way you don't go. I mean, obviously you don't want to give up the 1v3, but you're not in the position to hear the bomb being defused. Something's wrong, dude. You're the last man standing. Clutch out the window. Dad gets promoted to daddy. If we don't see my guy name changed by the beginning of the next stream or the next time they play, I'm going to be upset. 11-4 for the man himself. On the flip side of things, Prince 10-7. Not enough, buddy. Not enough. Valerio, he was him. Started the heat up midway through when it was much needed. Flawless victory on the defending site. Axiom back to the drawing board. I said they were going to win this series 3-2. I was damn close, buddy. But ultimately, Eclipse just show up and show out.
Yeah, you can switch to the camera. Jared is trying to talk me into sitting down because dude, what the?
Yeah, brother.
Dude, I mean, honestly, I'm so pissed off. I mean, I'd rather Axiom have lost another way, like, just lose on a straight up gunfight. Not.
They had nothing to lose, bro. I mean, literally, you've got 3 more rounds to choke. If you don't win that one, it's good. There's no reason why you fake that. It's brilliant. It's a masterpiece. It's a classic.
Yeah, let's just you're right. Let's just give
no other way of doing it.
Let's give Dad the props for the ninja defuse. Then let me stop being pissed off. I mean, wow. Oh, good.
Be like that.
Okay. So Eclipse Gaming take the win, and they had to make us work for that ending. They made us work for that ending. It started off with a convincing hardpoint win on their part. Then a dismal showing on Search and Destroy, and another dismal showing on Control.
It wasn't a great control by either team, to be fair. It could have been closed out in 4 by Axiom. It just, a kill sold in the 4th round. Nonetheless, they get the job done. They look terrible in hardpoints. I don't know what it is. They got to figure it out. Obviously, they look better in the APOC, but I mean, it's still 250 to 100. But that search, man, was just a great way to bounce back and a great way for them to keep their upper bracket dreams alive.
Eclipse live to stay in the upper brackets for a while longer. Meanwhile, sent to the Shadow Realm, that will be Axiom. That will be Axiom, who get to join Nemesis on that side, and Nonagons on that side, and Aura 233 on that side of the pits, the Rashar Ghul's pits. And that will bring to an end tonight's action on the African Giants series. I was really glad to have casted with you, Verdict. That was so much fun, man. That was so much
Pleasure's all mine, man. We don't know how fortunate we are to get to be able to do this for. God, I mean, I don't know how many viewers we got up to, but for everybody that stuck around for the beginning, the end, we gotta thank you. Gotta give a huge shout out to Mash Harder as well too for bringing this event to you. Obviously, without them, we wouldn't be able to do this. This is the African Giants, the last leg of the African Mobile Championship. This is it for the remainder of the year. You thought COD Mobile was done? No, that's not right. Here in Africa, they do it the best, I gotta say. And we're going to see the best of the best moving forward. Obviously, the upper brackets have been solidified. Lower brackets run. I'm not sure who and when, but we're going to have some different casters tomorrow. They should have fun with it. It's been an absolute blast with you, my guy. I look forward to the next time we get to do it together.
Cheers, brother. That will be all for tonight. Live from the Kenyan capital at 30 minutes past midnight, 3 hours from when we started. This is Eugene signing off. I'll let you have the last word, Verdict.
Well, it's a blast, man. This is your event, man. You run it however you like, man. Thank y'all for having me here. I am so grateful to be a part of it. I'm looking forward to my next casting day.